Lots of girl-boy doubleheaders tonight. Todd Central's at Ballard Memorial. Edmonson County at Butler County. Cumberland County's at Campbellsville. Franklin Simpson plays at Clinton County. Adair County is at Greene County. Glasgow goes to Greenwood tonight. Caverna's at Hart County. Monroe County at Metcalfe County. Some single games tonight. Owensboro Catholic girls are at Bowling Green. Bowling Green, the team the Trojanettes will play tomorrow in the 15th versus 14th challenge at 7 o'clock. We'll have that game for you on our sister station, 104.7 The Score. Since the Christmas parade, Glasgow Christmas parade's tomorrow on Nash Icon at the same time. The Prairie Central girls are at Russell County, Callaway County girls at Warren East, and the Davies County boys are at Warren East. And on the Coca-Cola scoreboard, we can give you a final from UK's Kroger Field Class A championship game in football. Pikeville shut out Paintsville 43-0 this afternoon. And right now, Bell County and Belfry about to get underway. We'll come back with the lineups of tonight's game between the Trojanettes and the Lady Spartans after this break. You're following Barren County High basketball on 103.7 Nash Icon. Internet speeds today. Lady Spartans under second-year head coach Lane Emery. His assistant coaches are Rebecca Button, David Downing, and Alan Frank. They'll start Brooke Stevenson at 5'8". Among the coaches in the preseason poll. She only scored 2 points against Allen County Scottsville, though, on Tuesday night. She averaged 11 points a game last season for the Lady Spartans. Barren County's Elizabeth Bertram voted the #1 player in the 4th region. And, of course, she had 22 on Tuesday night against Greene County. And Carly Delk added 10 points in that game. You're listening to 103.7 Nash Icon, WHHT FM, Cave City, Glasgow, and online at 104thescore.com. We'll be on 104.7 The Score tomorrow night for the broadcast, the Barren County Trojanettes game against the Bowling Green Lady Purples. That game to start about 7 o'clock. We'll run down the list of the other games going on prior to that one. Tomorrow night, we'll be on there approximately 6:45. Could be a little later than that, but we will let you know. And we'll get ready for the Farmers RECC Jackie Browning Memorial Opening Tip-Off at our first quarter of action, brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. We'll come back with the tip-off of tonight's game. Trojanettes and Lady Spartans after this break as you're following Barren County basketball and 103.7 Nash Icon.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise? Gentlemen, please remove your hats. Place your right hand over your heart as our nation's colors are presented this evening by our very own honor unit with distinction, Barren County High School Army JROTC. Members of our JROTC color guard are Cadet Lieutenant Abigail Davis, Cadet Captain John Elmore, Cadet Captain Patrick Flannery, and Cadet Captain Gavin Davis. Our very own Barren County High School Pep Band, under the direction of Dr. Kevin Crowder.
Present. Arm.
Welcome back to Barren County High School. Trojanettes, Lady Spartans. Game 1, you got the Trojans and Spartans in Game 2 of our doubleheader tonight. The officials for tonight's game, sponsored by Scotty's Contracting and Stone, committed to providing all customers the same level of highest quality, no matter the size of the project. The officials for tonight's game, Ryan Kraft, Adam Ryder, and John McMillan. South Warren is down to our right with dark uniforms, gray numerals and lettering outlined in white. And the Barren County Trojanettes just to our left, home white uniforms tonight, burgundy numbers and lettering outlined in gold. Friday night, Trojan Gym, first week of the basketball season. Lots more still to come. And you know we don't have a game Tuesday night, which is kind of unusual for the second week of the season. But we'll have games next Friday and Saturday. Monroe County will be here for a district game next Friday, and then next Saturday is the Hoops Classic. The girls will play Elizabethtown, and the boys will play Hopkinsville.
And then we play Monday, Tuesday, Friday the next week, right?
Yeah.
So we make
kind
up
of
for
inconsistent as far as the games being scheduled this year, but hopefully that'll change when maybe after next year we get a game scheduled on a Tuesday night, the second week of the season.
It's better than opening the year with a district game like Glasgow and Monroe did. So
absolutely.
It'd be interesting to see how South Warren performs without Natalie Pierce. Natalie Pierce was with them forever, it seemed like. She was their leading scorer and really what made them go And without her, where do those 17 points come from? The other night, they spread them out between 4 of their 5 starters, and their best player didn't even, as you say, score very much.
Right.
So Stevenson is their best player, I think. She is taking the role of Pierce, and she's a really good point guard. She was good for them last year, but now I think she has to burden more of the load, and be a great test for us tonight. Let's see how we respond. We got in foul trouble early the other night. We can't do that again tonight.
Right.
And let's just see how it goes.
In the jump circle for Barren County's Raven Ennis. And for South Warren, it's Taylor Enlow. Barren County moving left to right. And Ryan Kraft will toss it up. And here we go. We're underway. South Warren controls it. And it's Stevenson with the basketball, top of the key. On the dribble, cuts back left, gives it off now to Reynolds, who starts tonight. It's a little different change in the lineup. Emily Reynolds, a 5'5 junior, as they hand it off out there to Stevenson. Stevenson cuts back left side, handed it back off to Bush. Now Bush dribbles off to the right side and hands it now to Reynolds. And Reynolds gives it back out now to Enlow. Enlow now looking for Bush, can't find her, has to dribble it and hand it back off to Stevenson. Stevenson working against Katie Murphy out there around the top of the horn, gets the screen, drives left of the lane, dishes it off, 3-ball in the air, is an air ball by Bush, and here comes Barren County on the run. Ennis feeds it off underneath, shot blocked on Delk's shot, and South Warren comes up with a basketball.
They actually
apparently stepped on the inline over there.
Well, it looks like Enlow tried to throw it off Carly Delk, and it actually deflected back off of Enlow. So we'll get it back.
Yep. So Katie Murphy will set it up for the Trojanettes. Here's Jackson with it on the right side. Back out now to Murphy. Murphy one dribble, back to Jackson on the right, and the corner goes to Delk. Carly Delk. Looping cross-court pass way back out front to Murphy. Throws it back off to Jackson. Crossover dribble back over to Murphy. In the corner goes to Bertram. Fakes, goes up the baseline. Dribbles it underneath to Delk. She can't get the shot to go. Gets her own rebound. Puts it back up. It's too strong that time. Rebound comes off to Enlow for South Warren. Here comes Stevenson with the basketball. Angling off to the right side. Stevenson gets the ball back from Reynolds. Now Reynolds passes over to Lexi Button. Button works into the paint, throws it back over the right side to Stevenson. She breaks into the lane, dumps it off on the left side over to Enlow. Enlow gets trapped between 2 players and travels.
Pretty good defense on both ends. First minute and a half of the game. We forced them into air ball 3. They forced us into a couple of point-blank misses.
Yep. Here's Ennis in the backcourt dribbling. Has to get rid of it off to Jackson, trying to get it across the line. Going to have to hurry here. And there's a 10-second count.
Middle's wide open. That's where you want. You're throwing it back and forth between the 2 guards here.
Right.
You got to, at some point, get a diagonal. The middle was wide open, but that middle person has to do maybe a little better job showing themselves and asking for the basketball.
Stevenson with the basketball for South Warren. Dribbles off to the right side. Now wants to drive up the baseline. Reverses it up and in.
First possession, they didn't really know where to go. She just took it herself that time.
And South Warren gets the first lead of the ball game. It's 2-0. Ennis in the backcourt being chased out there. Jackson dribbles it across the line. Jackson now will lob it back off to Ennis. Ennis out of the dribble, cuts back left, lost the handle, loose ball to the floor, diving for it. Ennis and has to get rid of it. Finally does to Eve Jackson. Jackson dribbles it down the right side, gives it off to Bertram on the right wing. Elizabeth Bertram dribbles it back up. Now goes into the corner. Jackson fakes, drives up the baseline. Shovel pass in there to Ennis. Puts it up. It's blocked. Ennis, or rather Jackson, got it back. Now Bertram with a 3. No, way off the mark. Ennis fighting for the rebound underneath. Puts it back up and in off the window.
Good job staying with it, Raven there.
Good enough for a People's Bank and Glasgow bank shot. People's Bank and Glasgow working for you, tied at 2. Bounce pass on the left side. Here's Button dribbling toward the lane. Throws a little hook shot and rolls it in. 4-2, Lady Spartans. 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Ball comes into play to Katie Murphy. Gives it back to Ennis. Getting pressure in the backcourt. Back to Murphy. Going to have to hurry. Throws it right in the middle there, and it's knocked away. Try to go to Bertram with it. And here's Stevenson. Ennis stolen away. Ennis has got it for the Trojanettes. Fires it off to Bertram. Cuts into the lane. Goes under. Trying to go up with a shot. And lost it out of bounds.
Made a change on the press and moved a couple of guards up. Looks like we're beating it a little better. We got to have something good on the back end, though.
And they got a substitution for South Warren. 13, Ellie Bennett, a 5'9 sophomore. And also coming in is 21. That's Carson Deaton. And
Katie just knocked it out of bounds over here. I'll go back to South Warren on the press.
And it'll be Enlow to toss it in. Comes out to Stevenson. Stevenson now the dribble calls play number 1 against Katie Murphy. 4.5 to go. First quarter, 4-2 the score. Stevenson with the basketball on the right side deep. Now with the left hand pushed off Murphy there for a second, didn't get a call. Now she lost the handle and got rid of it off to Enlow. Enlow dribbles right side. Here's a 3-ball in the air that is bouncing off the rim. Crashing the board is Carly Delk. Gets with the basketball to Bertram. Bertram feeds it off to Raven Ennis. Ennis now turns and throws it back to Murphy on the left side. Baseline Jackson. Jackson back out now to Ennis. Ennis putting down the dribble. Goes back to Murphy. 3 from the left wing. No good off the left side of the rim. Rebound in there by Enlow for South Warren. Here comes Bush. He'll throw it down to Stevenson. Stevenson now dumps it off in the corner. Back out to Stevenson. Shoots over Ennis for 3. Got it.
Can't leave her open. She's able to knock him down, even though she didn't the other night. In rhythm.
7-2 South Warren lead. 3:36 to play in the opening quarter. Ennis with the basketball. Races down the floor now. Right side. Pulls up on a run. A shot comes up short. And rebound to Enlow for South Warren. They lead it 7-2 with 3:25 to play in the first quarter. Driving to the basket. Shot blocked from behind by Bertram. Bush was taking it to the hoop. And now Lexi Button and Emily Reynolds checking back into the South Warren lineup. Got to get a change in the Trojanette lineup as Liberty Rice will come in for Eve Jackson.
Entering the Trojanette lineup, number 30, Liberty Rice.
Rice, a 5'5" junior. As the ball comes out, it's grabbed out there by Deaton. Deaton drives in the lane, dishes it off on the right side, comes back out to Stevenson. Stevenson throws it off in the corner now to Deaton. Deaton trying to go baseline. She's cut off, going to get a blocking foul on the Trojanettes. And it'll be on number 30. It's Liberty Rice, her first, and the first foul of the ball game at the 3:05 mark of the first quarter. South Warren, Stevenson throws it out. Deaton right side, dumps it back off to Stevenson. Stevenson trying to circle out with it against Murphy. Dumps it back in there to Reynolds. Reynolds right of the lane. Picked off by Delk. Off to Bertram. Now Elizabeth slows it down. We'll throw it right side. Wide open 3. Ennis, no. Rebound tapped out by Delk to Rice. Bertram. Murphy 3 from the right wing. It won't go. Rebound pulled down by Button for South Warren.
We've gotten a ton of offensive rebounds against South Warren. I don't think we've been able to cash in on any of them.
And Stevenson with it on the right side. Cuts back left. Goes in the lane. Looked like she may have carried it. Shot no good. Rebound Katie Murphy. Left side over to Rice. Bounces back to Murphy. Top of the key. Rice now pulls up. Can't shoot. Now back out to Murphy. 2:14 left in the quarter. A 7-2 South Warren lead. Here's Ennis. Turnaround shot in the lane. Bertram puts it in. 7-4. Down to 2 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Murphy applying pressure in the backcourt. Now backs off of Stevenson. Gets it across the line. Pulls up. Bounce off to Button. And now Button will get rid of the basketball over to Reynolds. Reynolds working against Bertram. Left side. Deaton. 3 in the air. Boom.
3-point basket.
She made 3 of them the other night. She was 50% from deep.
10-4, South Warren. Minute 37 to play. First quarter. Ennis gets rid of it over to Murphy. Diagonal pass, right side, thrown away.
Trying to lead Elizabeth to the corner, but that's not where Elizabeth was going.
Carrie Enlow, a 5'9" sophomore, checks into the South Warren lineup. And also coming back in was, 14. That's Bush. Seemed like somebody else came in too. I didn't catch the number. Anyway, South Warren's basketball in minute 26. They lead it 10-4 over Barren County. On the high post, they give it to Enlow. Enlow works it right side. 3-ball in the air again. No good. Long rebound chased down to the corner. Out of bounds. And they're going to give it to South Warren. They say, well, no. Have they changed the call?
Elizabeth knocked it out.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just taking it to the
South Warren will keep it. And still trying to get it inbounds. They finally do. Comes out to Bush. Bush drives in the lane, goes under, lost the handle, picked it back up, then bounced it back off in the corner. Here's Button going up the baseline. There's a collision. They're going to call an offensive foul on Button for moving into Liberty Rice.
Liberty drew one the other night. Maybe should have drawn two, but that was a good take there underneath.
Macy Lockhart checks into the Trojanette lineup of 5'9" freshman. And Ellie Bennett has returned for South Warren. Down to 1 minute to play here in the first quarter. Long pass down the floor. Here's Delk spinning. Lost the handle. Loose ball picked up by Bertram. She got fouled. No whistle. Now the ball's loose again, and South Warren comes up with it with 50 seconds to play in the quarter. Driving with it in the corner now. Here's Bush. They throw it back outside now around the perimeter. Enlow. Enlow wants to drive the basket. She'll put it up and in.
We actually screened ourselves there, and nobody on the backside to help. Raven actually set the screen for Carly.
Right, 12-4 Ennis with 32 seconds to play in the quarter. Right side is Bertram, reversing back to the corners. Crossover dribble, goes inside, trying to go underneath, trying to draw the foul, couldn't get it. Hit the bottom of the backboard, and South Warren comes up with it with 20 seconds to play. Leading 12-4 over the Trojanettes. Right side with it is Bush. Now Bush will bring it back out against Elizabeth Bertram. 9 seconds to go in the first. Reversing back right. Off a double screen out top. We're going to call a moving screen.
No, 5
seconds. Okay. 4.7 to play. Barron's got the last shot at it here. Trailing 12-4, and they get another new player in the ball game. I think that's.
Let's put Deaton back in.
Okay, Deaton's back in for South Warren. Ball comes in. It's going to have to hurry, get a shot off. Bertram going to throw up a long three. Hits the left side of the rim. That's the end of the first quarter. After one, it's South Warren 12, Barren County 4. We'll be back after this 1 minute timeout. You're following the Trojanettes on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back courtside, Barren County High School. After one quarter, South Warren leads Barren County 12-4. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer, Rex Rush here courtside with stats tonight on this Friday night. Todd Belcher in the studios of Nash Icon handling the controls.
Slow start for the Trojanettes. 2 of 15 in that first quarter, Jay. 0 of 5 from behind the arc. So shooting 13% in the first quarter, just 2 field goals. Isn't going to get it done against a top 10-5 team in the region.
That's true. Barren County's basketball to start the second. Second quarter presented by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Murphy sends it left side over to Bertram. She's covered up by Deaton, and a foul on Deaton.
They called it really loose in the first quarter, and then there's a ticky-tack to start at 10 seconds gone in the quarter.
Barren County's basketball onto the side. Bertram will throw it in. Murphy, right side, over to Emma Hughes, who's checked into the Trojanet lineup. Ball gets slapped, but chased down by Murphy. Over to Ennis. Back out to Murphy. She goes right side. Long bounce pass in the corner. Hughes. Here's a shot blocked on the baseline. And taken by South Warren. Long bounce pass left side. Deaton wide open. 3. No, it's an air ball, but a rebound. Tried to throw it off Ennis. They did. Out of bounds underneath the South Warren bucket. Lady Spartans will keep it. And it'll be Enlow to toss it in right side of the basket. They get it inside, and now they bring it back out. And looking for Stevenson. She's covered up by Murphy, and then they bounce the ball up to midcourt, and it goes out of bounds. Some good defensive pressure there by the Trojanettes to force the turnover.
So you see how she kind of has taken that role of Natalie Pierce. If she's not there, she's not open. They're really lost and don't know where they're going offensively. So I think it's right to pressure her, especially when she gives it up. Don't let her get it back.
Yep. Raven Ennis gets the ball out to Murphy. Murphy races across the line, takes it down in the paint, goes under, flips it up, and got blocked. Then the ball's knocked out of bounds by Murphy. South Warren will get it with 7:12 to go here in the second quarter.
I like the move, but you see where the difference is. The length here of South Warren wasn't even close to what Greenhouse County had the other night.
Here's Stevenson with the basketball. Down the lane, throws it up, hits the side of the rim. Eve Jackson gets rid of it off to Raven Ennis. Crossover dribble, spin move, had it slapped out of her hands and stolen by Stevenson. And then Murphy steals it right back from Stevenson for the Trojanettes. Gets rid of it to Bertram. Now Bertram wants to drive against Button. Throws it up on the baseline and puts it in. A tough shot for Bertram to get her second field goal. And it's 12-6. Ball knocked out of bounds by the Trojanettes as the Lady Spartans will keep it. 6:40 to go in the half. 12-6 South Warren. Ball comes into Stevenson. Now Stevenson, pass deflected, and Raven Ennis comes up with it. Here's a wide open layup for Bertram with the right hand. Good.
Ton of trouble scoring in the half court in the first quarter. Now we're getting points off turnover and making a game of it.
Yeah. Almost another turnover. Here's a long pass over the head of Stevenson and out of bounds.
We pushed the pressure up. We were kind of more of a three-quarter court. Now we've made it more of a full court pressure that's really giving South Warren trouble.
Carly Delk has returned to the Trojanet lineup. Now the Trojanettes have scored 4 straight here in the second period, trailed by 4. Murphy with the basketball in the middle to Hughes, over to Jackson. Pulls up, had an open look at a 3, but didn't take it. Now they throw it over the left side corner. Hughes saves it from going out of bounds. Needs some help. Bounces out long over to Murphy. Murphy straight away to Bertram. And now Bertram backs out of the dribble. Crossover now, wants to drive. Splits the defenders. Lost the handle. Trying to get it back and call a jump ball. Possession arrow to South Warren.
We haven't figured out the zone, have we? Too much one-on-one type of moves against the zone where it just collapse with their length.
There's a pass knocked down by Carly Delk. She'll loop it over to Bertram. Bertram wants to drive. Nice move to the basket. Can't finish the basket. Comes back out, and then Bertram fires a 3, and it's off the mark. Rebound to Button for South Warren.
Couple good looks at it.
Stevenson down the left side. Loops it back over the right, and a wide open 3 in the air. Good for Reynolds. She's the third South Warren player to knock down a 3-point shot here in the first half. And a turnover. Here's Stevenson with the basketball. Knocked away and taken by Murphy as she tried to throw it over the top of Katie. Long pass down the floor. And there's Jackson driving it under and laying it up and in.
Went for the steal. Bush went for the steal, and she just stepped right by her.
15-10, South Warren. Played almost 3 minutes of the second quarter. Stevenson hands it off out there to Reynolds. Reynolds, the ball's going to be kicked, and that's going to go back in the back court. It'll be Barron's ball. Raven Ennis back in the Trojanet lineup. For South Warren, it's Ellie Bennett. And also Reynolds, I believe it is. Glasgow girls lead Greenwood 12-10 at the end of the first quarter. Here's Jackson, fakes, trying to go baseline. She's cut off. It comes back out to Katie Murphy. Cross-court pass, Bertram the 3. Bounces high off the rim. Battle for the rebound. South Warren grabs it underneath the basket. Here come the Lady Spartans on the run. Down the court, Reynolds gives it over the left side corner. Deaton with the basketball, heads toward the paint. Now dishes it off to Button. Button drives in against Ennis. And now throws up the shot, and it goes in.
Pretty good defense, forcing her to take the jump shot instead of giving her a layup, but she hit it.
17-10, South Warren. Katie Murphy throws it down into Delk, goes under and puts it in.
Step through move by Carly to get rid of the defender.
17-12, South Warren leads it by 5. Pass deflected, but caught in the back court. South Warren keeps it alive, and they're going to call Bertram with a foul.
Nope, timeout first.
Or timeout, well, it would have been a foul.
Yeah. He actually saved us. Lane Embry saved us a foul.
So a timeout called here. The People's Bank in Glasgow timeout. Your local community bank working for you. Don't forget next Tuesday night, not this coming Tuesday night, but the next Tuesday night, December the 17th, the Trojans and Trojanettes will host Caverna. The games will be played at Park City Elementary as part of a throwback heritage game. Should be a great atmosphere for it, a special event. The girls' game will start at 6, followed by the boys. Admission is $5 for school age and up. Barren County season basketball passes will be honored. However, seating capacity is only about 1,200, so it will be a first-come, first-serve as far as getting into the gym. If it gets to capacity, no one else will be allowed to get in. We'll be broadcasting those games on 103.7 Nash Icon and on the new 104thescore.com. So that'll be something different.
I like the thought and the idea of it, and hopefully it'll pan out the way it sounds. Just one score so far to pass along. At the end of the first quarter, Glasgow leads Greenwood 12-10.
12-10 game.
It's the only thing on the whole.
Yeah, that's
roundup of games
about
so
it right
far.
now. About halfway through the second quarter, Barren County trailing South Warren 17-12. And the Lady Spartans with the basketball. They go right side with it over to Reynolds. Reynolds leaves it with Enlow. And now ball gets away, goes off of Jackson, I believe it is, and out of bounds. 3:49 left to go. Corey Edwards, the principal at Temple Hill Elementary, will join us at halftime. South Warren still with a 5-point lead here. 3:45 to go in the first half. Stevenson covered up by Liberty Rice, who just checked back in the lineup for Coach Piper Lindsay. She drives left of the lane, little step move, puts it up and in.
A little extra steps, something that they're kind of getting away with.
Yep.
That looks like a walk.
19-12. Eve Jackson with it, turns and goes back out to Ennis. Ennis now wants to drive. Nice move. Shot goes up, it won't go. Delk, the offensive board, put it up. It's blocked. Tipped away. Ennis comes up with it. Jackson for a three. No. Rebound taken by South Warren.
They've got
Can't get the three to go.
No, they got about as many blocks on our shots as we do missed threes.
So we're down to 3:08 to play here in the first half. Stevenson pushed off. Liberty Rice threw out the forearm. And that'll be her first, number 3, against South Warren here in the first half.
She's done that a few times. That's the first time they've caught her with it officially.
So Barren County's basketball in front of their own bench. Comes into Rice. She gives to Raven Ennis. Ennis, crossover move. Pulls up top of the key. Over to Jackson in the right corner. Back to Ennis. Ennis on the right side. Jackson shovels it back out to Ennis. Trying to make a move. Can't. Now Jackson fakes and drives. Bounce pass across the lane to Delk. Over to Rice out of the corner. The shot good. Right down the twine. That was a high arcing shot.
Liberty's in there for her defense, but if she gives us a point or two every now and then, it won't hurt.
And it's 19-14. Barren County trailing by 5 with 2:34 to go here in the first half. Left side with it is Enlow. Enlow dribbles the right side of the key. Now Button thought about the three. Drives in, shot partially blocked. Delk comes up with it, gives it to Bertram. Bertram racing down the left side of the floor. Stops, now looks, hooks it back to Rice. Rice drives in, throws up an 8-footer, and it won't go. And a rebound by South Warren.
She just crossed over to that right hand. It'd been a wide open layup.
Down to 2 minutes to play in the first half. And there's a traveling violation charged to Bush. Katie Murphy got a little bit of a breather there. Back in the lineup for Eve Jackson with 2:01 to play here in the second quarter.
They're giving us every chance in the world to get back in the game, even though we haven't shot the ball really well.
Katie Murphy works against Deaton into the front corner to the right side. Out straight away comes to Ennis. Left side it goes to Bertram. Bertram on the dribble at long range left. Out to Liberty Rice. Drives into the top of the key. Gives it to Murphy in the corner. Ennis pulls the trigger. Got it!
Good kick out. Drew the defender and kicked it back out so she could step into the three.
People's Bank 3. The Trojanettes within 2 at 19-17. Here's Enlow driving to the basket and puts it in. Her second field goal. 22-17. Minute 20 or 21-17 it is. 4-point South Warren lead. Bertram with it on the right side, covered up, bounces it off to Ennis. Ennis pulls up, free throw line jumper, no, off the back iron. South Warren with a rebound, throwing a little elbow out there, but got away with it. Going to get somebody on the end line, step on the sideline. That was Deaton as Murphy had her cut off. So Barren County will get the basketball with 1:10 to go. Down 21-17. And now Rice loses a handle, diving for it. Deaton, she can't get it, but scooted it off to Stevenson. Stevenson left of the lane, back to Deaton. Deaton heads toward the paint, throws up the shot, and rolls it in. Just when the Trojanettes had a chance to trim it to a 2-point lead, now it's back up to 6. 47 seconds to go in the first half. Murphy in a trap, bounces it off to Ennis. Ennis driving strong to the bucket, goes underneath the Delk, and she puts it in. 23-19, 35 seconds to play in the first half. They sling the ball up to Stevenson. Stevenson takes it down to Button across the lane. It's Deaton putting it up, no good. Rebound put back up, and a foul. Actually, it's going to be Enlow going to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul is on Elizabeth Bertram. That is her first, Barren County's second foul of the half. Enlow had 9 rebounds against Allen County Scottsville in the win on Tuesday night. Free throw, rims good for Enlow. First free throws of the ball game. 24-19. 25.2 seconds to play. And this shot is also good for Enlow. 23 seconds to play here in the first half. Murphy with the basketball, gets rid of it to Ennis. Ennis drives it down, had it batted back to her, got it back, gives it over to Jackson to the right side. Throws it in the middle there to Bertram, 12-footer, got it, and a foul. Elizabeth Bertram, her 8th point, 6 in this quarter, and a foul on 23. Taylor Enlow, that is her first and the team's 4th.
She went for the shot fake and was able to create separation to knock it down, even though there was contact.
Free throw good for Elizabeth Bertram. That's the first free throws for the Trojanettes in the first half.
Only 6 total fouls combined. Just let them play, and I mean, there has been a good flow to the game.
25-22, South Warren. Ball comes into play to Stevenson. Stevenson trying to get out of a trap. Throws it in the middle. Picked up by Delk. Delk will head it to the basket. A little pump fake. Goes up, lost it, got it back, puts it up. It's no good. And a rebound to South Warren, and that's going to end the first half. Could have been a 1-point ball game there, but couldn't finish at the end. 25-22 the score. South Warren leads it. Back with a halftime report after this break. This is Barren County High Basketball on 103.7 Nash Icon. 22 to South Warren. As we welcome you to our halftime report, brought to you by Colton Steakhouse and Grill. Got Mr. Corey Edwards, the principal at Temple Hill Elementary, here courtside with us tonight. Corey, good to have you here.
Good to be with you, Mr. J.
How's things been going on at Bulldog Country?
Oh, Bulldog Land's going great, We're hosting the 6th grade showcase tomorrow, a little academic stuff going on the hill tomorrow. We're excited about that. We'll have all 7 Barren County schools as well as Glasgow Middle there tomorrow, so we're excited for that upcoming. And then we got our great little Christmas showcase coming up in a couple of weeks as well.
That's what I'm talking about.
Good community event. We'll have some cookies and milk for everybody, and then we'll have some singing and playing musical instruments and all kinds of good stuff to get everybody ready for the holidays. So we got a few things going. Good game here tonight.
Yes, it is. We haven't been shooting the ball quite well, but we're only down 3,
that's
so
right.
That's not too bad.
Made a good showing in that second quarter.
Yeah,
so
it was a lot better.
Some good basketball action here tonight.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's Christmas time again. I mean, it's hard to believe it's basketball time again.
Yes, sir.
But, it's here, and the first semester about to end. And how's the enrollment at Temple Hill this year?
Enrollment's good. We're pretty similar to what we had last year. We've got right at 315 students, preschool through 6th grade. So things are going good on the hill. We're excited to provide all the things that we can there, and but we're just rocking and rolling there at Temple Hill.
Do you still have the fall festival?
We do, yes sir, we do. We finished that up the 1st of November. This year we're able to give away a 24-foot camper to a winner, and then we also had a $3,500 cash prize drawing as well. So we had 2 great items. Folks bought tickets on. We appreciate all the community support with that. Sold lots of tickets to folks, and then we're able to give that away on our fall festival night. It was a good time.
That's great. Sounds like lots of good things going on at Temple Hill Elementary. Corey, it's always good to see you, man.
Good to see you as well. Good to be here.
Hopefully we'll pull these Trojanettes to the second half.
We'll pull hard for the Trojanettes tonight.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right. Mr. Corey Edwards, principal at Temple Hill. We'll be back with a halftime report after this break on 103.7 Nash Icon. And last report, Glasgow leading Greenwood girls 12-10. So I believe that's all we got so far. Let's go over some of the stats here now. 25-22 South Warren. South Warren 10 of 19 in the first half. They were 7 of 12 on twos, 3 of 7 on three-point attempts. They were 2 for 2 at the charity stripe. They led in scoring here at the break, but Brooke Stevenson was 7. 6 points for Taylor Enlow, 5 for Carson Deaton, 4 for Lexi Button, 3 for Emily Reynolds. Jessica Bush, Ellie Bennett, and Carrie Enlow saw action but failed to score in the first half. Barren County only 10 of 32 in the first half, 9 of 23 on 2-point attempts, 1 of 9 from long range, and 1 of 1 from the charity stripe. 9 points for Elizabeth Bertram. She scored 7 of those 9 in the second quarter. 5 points for Raven Ennis. She knocked down a 3-point shot. 4 points for Carly Delk. She scored those 2 field goals in the second. 2 points for Eve Jackson. 2 points for Liberty Rice. Katie Murphy started the ball game, failed to score. Emma Hughes and Macy Lockhart saw action but failed to score in the first half. And another score just in. Glasgow leads Greenwood girls now at the break, 23-21. Close one there in Greenwood tonight. So that's on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Open a Coke and enjoy the game. We're still about 2 minutes away from the start of the second half. Don't forget tomorrow, Trojanettes and Bowling Green in the 14th versus 15th challenge at Bowling Green High. It'll be aired on the new 104 The Score due to the Glasgow Christmas Parade being broadcast here on 103.7 Nash Icon. So join us about 6:45 or so tomorrow night for Barren County Bowling Green girls basketball. And that'll start out tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock with Greenwood taking on Allen County Scottsville. 1 o'clock Warren Central against Russell County. And then at 3 it's Warren East and Monroe County. Glasgow and South Warren at 5 tomorrow afternoon. So if you want to go down and see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ball games and all the 14th district teams and all the 15th district teams and even a 16th district team in the mix, go down to Bowling Green High tomorrow and watch some girls basketball all day long. Oh, turn your mic up there.
Should be a good one tomorrow night. We'll obviously be a little tired, but at least we get to play the last game and not the 11 o'clock
That's
game
true.
in the morning.
Yeah, get a little break.
We shot 5 of 7 in that second quarter. I'm sorry, we were 7 of 13 in that second quarter after starting just 2 of 15. So much better output from the offensive end, but the problem was we still let South Warren have 5 field goals. So we're in a hole. We've got to catch up. We're digging our way out of it. Just down 3. Outscored them 18-13 in that second quarter, but we've got to keep the positive momentum, figure out how to get that zone, go to the middle, quit just trying to beat them with the 3. The 3s aren't falling, 1 of 9. We've got to find other ways, cuts to the middle, keep your head up. Carly's keeping us in the game, offensive rebounds and being there ready to receive some passes. Our girls are doing a good job finding her for easy buckets, but we've got to get a little bit more energy and momentum on the offensive end and talk a little bit more on the defensive end. What happens tonight is a better basketball team, much better basketball team than Greene County.
Yes.
So your weaknesses and your mistakes just show up a lot more. They're more magnified. So just get through them. Those are happening. They're going to happen no matter if it's February or it's, December? So.
Yeah, still a long time till postseason. Trojanettes were down 12-4 at the end of the first quarter. Bertram with the basketball, gives it out to Jackson. Right side over to Katie Murphy. Now feeds it in there to Ennis. Turnaround 15-footer is off the mark. Rebound to South Warren. Yeah, Stevenson gets rid of the basketball down the left corner, feeds it right back underneath, and a shot put up and in for Button.
Good looking give and go. We let her face cut us all the way down the lane for an easy layup.
Murphy fires it to Delk. Out it goes to Bertram. 17-footer is up at rims, no good. Button with a rebound for South Warren. Gives to Stevenson. 5-point lead for the Lady Spartans here early in the third quarter. And now Stevenson trying to backtrack into Murphy. Feeds it in the lane. Shot partially blocked. Got it back. Double teamed underneath. Throws it back out for a 3-point try. That's in the air and it's no good. Long rebound chase down. Stevenson's got it. As South Warren keeps it alive. Stevenson, she pushes out that arm into the chest of Murphy and
it's like a stiff arm.
Got called one time tonight, but been doing it quite a bit. Cross-court pass, left side Bush. High post, it comes in there to Enlow. Back over the right side. They throw it back out for a 3-point shot. It's in the air and it's no good. Cleared out by Ennis. Trojanettes trying to move it down the floor. Right side it goes to Bertram. Now Bertram on the high post in there. Ennis trying to find Delk inside. Puts it up and in.
Delivered it in the perfect place where she could keep it up and score it.
27-24 South Warren. Jackson trying to stay with Enlow there. Gives it back out front to Bush. Bush goes back over right side. A little bunny hop there. Shot goes up. Blocked from behind by Eve Jackson and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Spartans. Third quarter presented by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. South Warren ball. Stevenson fakes the three, drives into the paint, lost the handle, jump ball. I believe that was Katie Murphy that reached in there to tie it up, but South Warren will keep it on the alternating possession. Carson Deaton returning to the South Warren lineup. Coming out will be Emily Reynolds. 4 seniors on the South Warren team: Stevenson, Button, Enlow, and Bush. Ball comes in the corner. South Warren. Murphy trying to stay with Stevenson. She's still doing that push it off there, but getting away with it. Trying to backtrack it to Delk. Flips it back out to Stevenson. Stevenson now will circle it back out front to set it up. On the give and go, here's Stevenson. 3 ball, in and out. Rebound to Ennis. Outlet pass comes to Murphy. Gives it back to Ennis. Ennis wants to drive into the paint. Throws it back over to Jackson. 3 in the air. No good. Long rebound back to Ennis. Trying to feed it off underneath. As Bertram put it up. Can't finish it, but gets fouled.
Good find, and actually a good initial shot there, but us couldn't get it to go down. Just not there on the 3 end for us tonight. When that happens, we have to find other ways, be creative, and score. Doesn't help when we go to the line and don't make our free throws either. We've got to make them.
Of course, Bertram hit 4 threes Tuesday night against Greene County. Here's a pass picked off. Turnover underneath. Ennis puts it up. It is good.
Touch pass from Elizabeth right there.
We've tied it up. Brand new ball game. 27 all. South Warren's in a trap trying to dribble it up court. Now Bush in trouble. Got rid of the basketball and a bounce pass. It is coming to the Deaton, and Deaton will lay it up and in over Jackson.
They break it, and they've scored pretty successfully on the back end.
29-27. South Warren regains the lead. About 3 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Diagonal pass, left side, Jackson. Baseline flips up the shot, and going to be called for traveling violation.
She jump stopped and then took an extra step.
Number 13, Bennett.
And she hadn't had an open look. They were telling her she should have shot the 3 out there. I know it's not falling, but it's going to fall sooner or later. Bertram tried to go for the steal there. In front court with it. Enlow. Enlow gives it off. Now to Bush. And she throws it away. Actually, it was deflected. 29-27, South Warren. 4:46 to go here in the third quarter. As the ball comes out to Deaton. And she threw it away, trying to bounce it off. Got a turnover. Jackson on the other end, lays it up. It's good.
And to push it ahead, throw it ahead by Carly, and she just let her run under it.
29-29. In the middle, here goes Stevenson. 3-on-1 break. Bounce pass. Shoots and good on the bank shot. That was Bennett getting her first 2 points tonight. And having trouble with his Bertram. Here goes Stevenson, left side of the lane. Trying to go up. The shot goes down, and she gets fouled.
Pretty strong. Katie fouled her pretty hard, but she was able to rip through Katie's foul and score it.
So Katie Murphy picks up her first personal. That's the first of the second half against the Trojanettes. And it is 31, or is he 33? 33-29. And Stevenson puts it up and in. And all of a sudden, it's back up to 5 for South Warren. 34-29 at 4:13 to play in the third quarter. Macy Lockhart in the Trojanette lineup. Liberty Rice also in. So Barren County down 5 here with 4:12 to go in the third. Here's Ennis in the middle. Bertram pushing it down the floor in the middle. Gets a little nudge from behind. And a foul going to be called on 22. That's Emily Reynolds, her first, team second.
Probably just as soon let that one go because that resulted in an Elizabeth layup at the end of it. Wasn't much of a nudge.
Comes in the corner to Ennis. On a give and go in there to Bertram. Here's Lockhart with the basketball. Back out front to Rice. Left side, 3 in the air. No good for Ennis. Bertram gets the offensive board. Crossover move. Throws it up and can't get it to drop. And a rebound off to a button for South Warren.
I bet we missed 10 shots within 3 feet tonight.
And here's a 3 in the air. Good. South Warren's knocking him down. That's the second one for Emily Reynolds.
Good timeout by Piper. It was tied 27 all.
Yep.
They have gone on a 10-2 run to push it back out to a comfortable 8-point lead for them.
3:38 to go here in the third quarter. We'll take a People's Bank in Glasgow timeout. Let you know the next Friday night, 1,000-point club recognition here at Barren County High School Gym. And I was trying to count how many on each side. I think there were 11 Trojanettes and 14 Trojans that have scored 1,000 or more points in their career. And currently, Elizabeth Bertram, of course, reached 1,000 this past season. And in this season for the Trojans is Will Bandy. Do the math right on that. 11.
I think there's 10.
There's 10 Trojanettes. Go Terry Spillman, Terry Wilkinson Spillman, Chastity Nunn Wilson, Lauren Simmons, Patricia Barlow, T.J. Thomas Coffey, Bethany Spillman Steenbergen, Kelsey Mitchell Alexander, Jamie Cummings Aquino, Bailey Pettigo, and Elizabeth Bertram on the girls' side. On the guys, Johnny Jones, Stephen Regal, Brady Button, John Michael Clemens, Brian Clemens, David Bird, Lee Hubbard, Jacoby Poor, Dalton Bush, Charlie McCoy, Nick Mabe, Wade Coomer, Jared Coomer, and Will Bandy. And the ceremony will start between the games next Friday night between Barren County and Monroe County.
I think it's 10 and 14, right? 10 girls.
24 altogether. Okay. All right, Trojanettes down 8. Got some catching up to do here. And here's Lockhart with the basketball. Feeds it in there to Bertram. In a lot of traffic. Shot goes up. She gets fouled.
There's not a lot of room around the rim. Their length and their zone defense that they're playing just really closed down when we try to make a move to the bucket. We'll see if we get them at the stripe.
Carrie Enlow. That is her first of the team's third. Free throw by Bertram is good. She is 3 of 4 at the stripe. That's her 11th point tonight. 37-30. Second one's good for Bertram. 12 points now for Elizabeth Bertram's 37-31. South Warren by 6. They throw it across, and Deaton gets around Murphy, throws it way back out. They almost lost it out of bounds. They tapped it back inbounds. Turnover. Bertram's got it for the Trojanettes. Crossover move left side. Drives, dumps it off there to Ennis. Ennis lost the handle as they got partially blocked, and then Lockhart tried to go for it. Swiped away by South Warren and out of bounds.
I guess that counts as a shot attempt, but
well,
she just threw it up to the rim and went out of bounds.
Liberty Rice will toss it in the right corner. Comes into Lockhart. Back to Rice. Sends it back out front to Bertram and now to Ennis. Ennis off the Delk, right of the lane. Back over to Rice. Baseline shot, no. Taken by South Warren.
Right move, maybe one more dribble though.
Yeah. And here's a 3 in the air that is no good. That one by Enlow. Here comes Barren County on the run. Ennis off to Bertram, trying to go baseline. She's cut off. Will step back for the 3. It is no good.
Taking too many threes.
Yep. South Warren back the other way with 2.5 to go in the third quarter. Leading by 6. Deaton circles it out. Goes left side with it over to Bush. Long 3 in the air. It won't go. And ball slapped away, out of bounds, and it's going to be South Warren's ball underneath. Eve Jackson and Katie Murphy returning to the Trojanet lineup. And let's see, somebody come, Stevenson back in for
it's Button and Stevenson.
Button, yeah.
So their 2 best players have been on the bench and still been able not to get into the lead.
There's a shot blocked by Ennis, taken by Murphy. Long diagonal pass left side to Jackson and back to Bertram. Bertram back to Jackson, left corner, lets it go. Yes!
Needed that one.
That's what we need right there. The second People's Bank 3. And got a turnover.
Went right off of Enlow.
It's going to be Barren County's ball with a chance here to tie it on a 3. And Bertram goes baseline. Goes up and is partially blocked. Maybe got fouled there, but no whistle. Minute 50 to play, third quarter. Stevenson weaving through traffic, right side. Button for the three-pointer, and she hit it.
Gave it right back to us. Timeout, South Warren.
Full timeout by the Lady Spartans. A minute 44 to go in the third quarter. South Warren 40, Barren County 34. So we take a People's Bank in Glasgow full timeout. When you're away from your radio, you can log on to the new Listen Live online link for Barren County Sports on your computer or laptop. Go to www.1043thescore.com/Barren County. The stream link is at the top of the content area on the Barren County Sports page. BCHS Sports Stream. Click Trojans Live online for the broadcast of Barren County High School basketball. Again, that's www.1043thescore.com/Barren County.
Button had 19 the other night. That three gives her 9. And just a real inopportune time for them to hit the second three of the quarter, and that's their fifth three of the game. And to be honest with you, we're really lucky that they don't have more. They've had a ton of looks at it that just haven't gone down for them. They've had 3, 6. They've attempted 7 threes, and I'm pretty sure out of those 7, the majority of them have been really good looks, only able to hit 2 of those 7 this quarter.
Barren County only 2 threes. One by Raven Ennis, the other by Eve Jackson. Trojanettes down 6, 40-34. Ooh, long pass goes down to Bertram. And what do we got? Somebody pushed off. Ennis.
That's an awful call.
I didn't see that one.
New guy in the region we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
We run that play 100 times a year, and he called an illegal screen on the bottom of it.
Ball comes in the Button. She bounces it off now to Enlow. They get it across the line. Stevenson down to Bush in the corner. Back out to Stevenson, a minute 23. Here's a three-point try. It's rims out. Ennis with a rebound. Outlet pass comes to Murphy on the right side of the court. Diagonal pass off to Jackson. Try to bounce it inside. It comes back to Bertram from Murphy. Fortunately, we didn't turn it over there. As we're down to a minute to play here in the third quarter. Murphy in the lane. Bounce pass off to Ennis. And Ennis looks and feeds it in there to Bertram. Bertram backs out with 55 seconds to play. Trying to go and flipped it up and in. Oh, what a move by Bertram.
They're really packing it in. It's been really tough for us to get in there, and she had to use some creative moves to get in there with her left hand.
40-36. They almost threw it away. Scramble for, how about a 10-second count? They got it across, but the pass knocked away by Jackson and out of bounds. Well, that was every bit 10 seconds.
Let's run it back just for fun's sake.
You can get the replay there. Emma Hughes returning to the Trojanet lineup for Elizabeth Bertram, giving her just a little bit of a breather here. With 36.2 seconds to go, South Warren leads it by 4. Right side with it is Enlow. They give it back out to Button. Button hands it off to Stevenson. Now Stevenson goes left side with it to Bush. 25 seconds to play in the quarter. Button dribbles left, hands it off to Deaton. Goes right side with it to Stevenson. 18 seconds to play. Now Stevenson getting a lot of pressure. Murphy steals it, picked her pocket. She's going to go in, and she's going to get fouled or just knocked out of bounds.
No, he's going to call
the foul. Okay.
And for fun's sake, I rolled it back, and it was 11 seconds. So in the rule book, that's called a turnover.
Yeah, it is. Yes. Elizabeth Bertram back in quickly for the Trojanettes on their end of the floor with 10.2 seconds to play. And down 4 points. As Murphy looking, gets it in play. And it's Bertram. 8 seconds, 7. Underneath the delt, she puts it up, it's good. 40-38, 2 seconds to go. Stevenson throws it up at the horn. It's the top of the backboard. That's the end of the third quarter. Barron's down by 2 heading into the fourth. It's South Warren 40, Barren County 38 on 103.7 Nash Icon. School gym. Trojanettes trailing South Warren 40-38. So we start the fourth, brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. Trojanettes with the ball to start the fourth and a chance to tie or go ahead on a three-point shot. And it's Katie Murphy, one-on-one from Emily Reynolds. Right side to Bertram. Here's the backdoor pass, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. Try to go on the give and go in the lob.
Tried it on the near side. Usually we try it on the back side.
Right.
Just couldn't complete it, though.
Barren County's Katie Murphy will take it out underneath. Bounce pass comes in there to Bertram. Puts it up and in.
Oldest inbounds play in the book.
And there's a pass thrown away. Right at midcourt. I'm not sure it touched the court. Trojanettes will have it at midcourt here on the near side. That's what I was thinking, because it never did touch the court here.
Good call, Jay. That's right. We'll get it out of bounds under after
I think Ryan Kraft finally caught that one.
Yeah, really even third quarter. We need to show some separation here in the fourth.
Katie Murphy. And it gets into Bertram in a lot of traffic, dumps it back off to Delk, and she's fouled.
Carly has done an excellent job being a receiver. Our guards are doing a great job finding her in positions to score, or in this case, get it from the free throw line.
Foul is on Jessica Bush, her third. That is 5 on South Warren here in the second half. Delk puts it up and bounces it, and it goes in. A lot of ram, but it went down.
That third quarter, both teams hit 6 field goals. We were 6 of 16. South Warren 6 of 15 to tell you how even it was.
And Delk, that one comes up short. Loose ball underneath the basket, digging it out there. Bertram went for it, diving for the basketball, and Piper Lindsay calls a timeout.
Good timeout. That's a great way to use one of your 5 when you still have 4 left.
Well, that's the first lead since it was 2-0, right?
It is the first lead. We tied it at 27, and that we could not go ahead then. But we've had a series of very fortunate events here in the first 25 seconds of the fourth quarter. We've actually had a lot of scoring and a lot of, I don't think we've even been on the South Warren half of the floor, have we?
25 seconds into the fourth, and some scores from last night. Freshman girls basketball, Barren County beat Edmonson County 30-23. The JV team beat Edmonson County 28-26. Barren County Middle School girls still undefeated. 7th grade won over Warren East 32-23. 8th grade won 43-20. All right, here we go. Trojanettes ball. Comes out to Eve Jackson. Getting pressure from Stevenson. Bounces. Ooh, it's stolen away. Bush all the way to the bucket. Missed the layup. Rebound to Bertram. Bertram pushing it down the floor. Bertram stops and pops. 8-footer short. Underneath Jackson. Back out to Delk. 15. Oh, way off the mark. May have rushed that one just a bit.
At some point, you got to settle down once you get 3 looks at it.
And here's Bush with the basketball on the right side. Throws it cross court over to Stevenson. Fakes the 3. Drives. Backtracks into Katie Murphy. And now a traveling violation. She carried it. And Coach Piper Lindsay and the coaching staff telling the Trojanettes to settle down. Just settle down.
Good advice there.
1 minute gone here in the fourth. Barren County with a 1-point lead. Murphy with the basketball. Gives it off to Ennis. Right side is Jackson. Jackson looking. Now puts down the dribble. Bounces it out to Delk. Top of the key. Over the left side it goes to Murphy. Back out it comes to Ennis. Back right side over to Jackson. Jackson looking for Bertram. Can't get it to her. Comes back out front to Murphy. And now Murphy. Long bounce pass right over to Jackson on the wing. Eve Jackson bounces out to Raven Ennis. Left side, Katie Murphy feeds it down in there to Jackson. She puts it up, can't finish the shot.
Got to get it up over the rim and give it a chance.
South Warren with it. Stevenson driving, cut off down low. And it's Button throwing it back out in low. Right side corner. Goes to Reynolds. Reynolds back out to in low and around the perimeter. Back out front. Back to the right. Button with it, top of the circle. Had it slapped loose by Ennis, but couldn't get it. Knocked down by Delk, taken by Bertram. 5:50 to play in the game. Barren up by 1. Ennis fakes, drives, feeds it off to Delk, puts it up, got it blocked from behind. No foul.
Get it blocked from behind. A lot of times that's a foul.
Yeah. South Warren coming back the other way with it. Reynolds into the front court. In low. Out to Button, top of the circle. Right side is Bush. And now Bush dropped the ball. Gonna have to do something with it. 5 seconds. No traveling. Got to drug the pivot foot just a little bit there.
That was because of Elizabeth's ball pressure. Yep. She was all over.
Number 13, Bennett.
And so Barren County, 1 point lead, 41-40. 5:23 left to go in the ball game. Katie Murphy. Guarded by Deaton, lost the handle, but chasing it down was Ennis. It's Jackson in the corner trying to go baseline against Stevenson. And knocked out of bounds by Stevenson. It'll stay with the Trojanettes underneath on the right side.
Lucky there. She had nowhere to go, and they just knocked it out and bailed her out.
Katie Murphy will toss it in. Murphy feeds it there to Delk and puts it in.
You get 4 points on out-of-bounds plays. That's a plus.
Knocked away, tipped up in the air. Delk off to Jackson. Jackson drives, and a foul going to be called.
See if they say she's shooting. Hopefully they will, and they'll say actually she's out underneath.
Foul is on Stevenson, her second. Team sixth of the second half. Couple of changes in the lineup for South Warren as they get Reynolds back in along with Enlow. Barren County's ball underneath, leading by 3, 43-40. Ball comes out long to Jackson. Sends it off to Bertram on the right side, getting a lot of pressure.
Get rid of it.
Yep, hooks it back to Ennis, 17-footer right side, got it!
Big shot there with the hand of the defender.
9 points for Ennis. South Warren gets it down the floor. Stevenson, the layup, good.
They got it to the sideline that time and just threw it ahead.
45-42. Bertram with the basketball, goes baseline, pass is deflected in the middle. South Warren off the turnover, bringing it back the other way. 3-on-2 break, and it's knocked away there for a moment from Murphy, but here's Stevenson going into the paint, throws it back out, picked off by Bertram.
Numbers.
Bertram driving, trying to get around a defender, puts it up, it's blocked. Loose ball on the floor, they're going to call a foul.
Got to get back after they get the ball. You got to get back. You don't want to commit an unnecessary foul. We've only got 3 team fouls now in the half. We don't want to put them in the bonus. Very good free throw shooting team.
Carly Delk's first, number 3 on the Trojanettes here in the second half. It's 45-42 South Warren. 4:08 to play. 45-42 Barren with the lead. South Warren, three-pointer in the air, comes off. Delk with a crashing the board rebound, gets fouled as she got knocked to the floor.
Gonna have to go knock down some free throws. 1-and-1 opportunity coming here, I think.
Emily Reynolds, her second, team seventh. And Lexi Button, Jessica Bush returning to the lineup for Coach Lane Embry. 1 in the bonus for Carly Delk. 1 of 2 at the stripe. First trip up, shot goes up, it's good. Carly Delk with 8 points in the second half, 12 for the ball game. Barren County 46, South Warren 42. Carly Delk, bonus try, on the way, yes. 47-42. Pressure in the backcourt. They almost lost the handle, but got it across the line. Deaton pushing it left side. Bush fakes, drives, goes under, puts it up, it's good. Her first 2 points of the ball game.
Sniped her way through there. Wish we could have taken a charge, but nobody was in spots.
47-44. Murphy needs help, throws it straight away over to Ennis. Ennis diagonal pass off to Burke on the left side, trying to get around Button and a foul.
Yeah, we had that left side cleared out for Elizabeth, who's obviously left-handed.
That'll be 2 on Lexi Button, 8 on the Lady Spartans in the second half. As Emma Hughes comes into the Trojanette lineup for Katie Murphy to give her a little bit of a breather here with 3:35 to play. The Trojanettes with a 3-point lead. And Elizabeth Bertram at the line where she's 4 of 5 tonight. That shot drops in. 17 of the night for Elizabeth Bertram.
Tried to spin out, but spun right back down through the middle.
48-44. And this shot is good. 49-44 Trojanettes with 3:35 to play.
Going to back up now and get out of the press and play them in the half court. See how this goes for the last 3 minutes.
And Stevenson took an extra step right there in front of everybody. The official didn't see it. Bounce it out to Deaton, right of the circle. Deaton, crossover move against Jackson. Drives, gets bumped.
Caught on the floor.
Jackson, that'll be her first, team's fourth of the second half. So South Warren will take it out, right side of the bucket, in low, out to Stevenson, right side. Now dribbles to the right elbow, comes out to push, with Bertram guarding her. Goes around to the right side, driving, goes in the corner, three-point shot of the air, good, knocking the bottom out of it. That was Deaton with her second three of the night. 49-47, Barren County. Ennis, almost walked with it.
Guess we'll take that one from the one they missed earlier.
Inside, Bertram trying to flip it up, it won't go. Outlet pass, South Warren. Deaton angles off to the right corner. Pass knocked up in the air by Ennis. And pulled it down and a foul on Deaton. Second one on Deaton. That's 9 on the Lady Spartans here in the second half. And Raven Ennis at the line for Barren County to shoot the wanted bonus. She's got 9 points. Knocked down a three-point shot in the second quarter. Shot goes in. Trojanettes have hit 6 of 7 from the line here in the fourth quarter.
Unlike the other night, Raven has played pretty much the whole game. I'm not sure she's come out for more than a minute.
And she got both of them. Trojanettes in the second half, 10 of 12 from the line, unless I've missed one somewhere. And that's back up to 4 for Barron's, 51-47 with 2:37 to play.
Be solid defensively, talk, and know where your shooters are.
Goes right side and almost lost it there. Stevenson circles out, working against Murphy. Dumps it back right side over to Deaton. Deaton down to the baseline. Stevenson getting the screen and now works it into the lane and pushing off. No foul call. Here's Button driving strong to the bucket. And we're going to get a foul call.
Half a second late on our help.
Yeah. Second one on Raven Ennis. 5 on the Trojanettes here in the second half, and Lexi Button at the line. Button averaged 7.5 points a game last year for the Lady Spartans. She's got 9 points in this one, and that one's going to drop through 4. 51-48, Barren County, 2:11 to play. Button fires and hits. 51-49. 2:10 left in the contest. Katie Murphy had it swiped away. It goes out of bounds. With 2:03. Bertram gets it out to Liberty Rice. Now Rice has it swiped away, goes into the backcourt, picks it back up, now drives with it, pulls up, needs somewhere to go. Ennis, right side three in the air. Good for Katie Murphy. Picked off. Murphy's got it back. Bertram goes under, puts it up. It's no good. Gets her on rebound. Trying to go back up with it. No. The ball's loose and Delk had it for a moment. Lost it. Scramble for in the lane. Jump ball. Wow.
Katie picked a wonderful time to knock down her first bucket of the game, but couldn't get the second one. As Elizabeth looked like she's been in there a couple times tonight. I'm just for sure she's gotten fouled, but around the rim, letting them play.
Minute 35 to go. Barren up 54-49. Stevenson with the basketball. Working to the left side. Hands it off. Nope. Goes to the basket. Goes under. Puts it up. It's blocked. Ennis with a basketball for the Trojanettes. Pass goes down to Bertram. Bertram driving. Feeds underneath to Delk. Puts it up. Got it.
Great pass by Elizabeth.
56-49. Barren County with a minute 8 to play. Stevenson left side off the screen. Three in the air. Bounces off the rim. And they bounce it off the leg of Rice, but it looked like it maybe Enlow might have been over the back there.
Yeah, Carly's got to sell it. She's got to put her body into Enlow and get her out of the way.
Timeout by South Warren. 1:01 to go in the ball game. Barren County 56, South Warren 49 as we take the People's Bank and Glasgow timeout. Got a chance to look at the Coca-Cola scoreboard here. Greenwood now leads Glasgow after 3 in the girls' game, 36-33. And Metcalfe County Lady Hornets lead Monroe County 42-38 after 3 periods.
51-49, so we've scored 5 straight to push the lead out to 7. You like where you are with a minute left, but you can't really relax because of how good of a three-point shooting team they are, and how quickly they can get the ball up and down the floor just like us. So we have to make sure that we're strong with the basketball, don't force the issue. We do not need to get in a hurry, and we've heard that several times tonight from Coach Lindsay. Make sure she reinforces it here.
Don't forget, tomorrow night, Trojanettes will be in Bowling Green at the 14th versus 15th challenge. We'll take on the Lady Purples at 7 o'clock, and that game will be moved over to 104.7 The Score for the broadcast. We'll be on there at about 6:45 or so, the last of 5 games. South Warren will have the ball underneath. Enlow will toss it in, left side of the bucket. Enlow having trouble, and has to force it in there. Comes back to Enlow, working inside the paint, dumps it off underneath, reverse up and in for Button. 56-51, 50 seconds to go. In the backcourt, Murphy gives it over to Ennis. Ennis gets it across the line, down the right side. Leaves it in the corner with Delkin back out to Ennis.
Can't make them foul.
Let's try to pull it out. And Bertram's got it out front, now looking at a trap, going to get a foul here. Foul will be charged to Bush, her 4th.
I don't think they really wanted to foul Bertram, but we gave them no choice.
Elizabeth Bertram, 6 of 7 at the stripe tonight. 18 points in the game. Shot goes up. It's too strong. She'll get one more, though, as Trojanettes are in the double bonus. 35.8 to play. And this one goes up, and it's in and out. Rebound to South Warren. 32 seconds to go. And it's Enlow, top of the circle. Hands it off to Stevenson, dribbling it off her foot. Now Bush fires it back off the right side. Deaton goes baseline, throws it back in the corner. Button's got it. Button trying to drive in a spin move. Shot goes up, partially blocked, and Ennis pulls it down out of the air with 13 seconds to play. Katie Murphy out to Bertram. 7 seconds. Gives it to Ennis, and now to Rice. And the Trojanettes are going to defeat South Warren after being behind 12-4 at the end of the first quarter. They've come back and win tonight, 56-51 over the Lady Spartans.
Good job battling back, fighting back, and it was a hard-fought game the whole way. South Warren's a pretty good basketball team. I think very deserving of a top 5 rating preseason. They lived up to that. They'll be there in the end. So just like last year where we had to make a shot by McKenzie and Elizabeth had to make a shot pretty much at the buzzer to get out of the first round of the region against them, I'd say it's very likely we'll see them again sometime down the road.
Piper Lindsay making her way over here to the broadcast table. Still trying to figure up the points here as Coach.
Man.
He can wipe the sweat off now.
I know it.
A wild game, but I tell you what, we played from behind, we caught up and hunkered down on defense and made some big plays.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I mean, we got down by 8 after the first quarter, and I tried to tell them not to panic. It's okay. We'll chip away at it. We cut it, I think, to 3 at half,
right.
And then, of course, just to 2 after the third. And, of course, I just said, keep battling, keep fighting. Super proud of the girls for just staying in the fight and finishing a basketball game coming from behind.
And you made some big free throws down the stretch, too. I think that fourth quarter you were 7 of 10, something like that in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that
missed the last 2, but
right. That was big for us. I mean, we got in the bonus, I think, with like 3 or 4 minutes left, so that was positive, and we knocked down some big free throws. I mean, that could have been a game changer there, and just so proud that we just stuck around and kept fighting and kept kept, little by little, I kept saying, you're not going to get them all back at once.
Right.
One at a time, and we'll be good to go.
I know one time we did come back and tie it at 27. Then when they went on like a 7-0 run, I think, went back up by 7. Then you cut it back. But again, made some big plays. They're not a bad team.
No, they're not. I mean, they shoot the three really, really well. I mean, all 5 of them. You don't see that very often. And of course, it seemed like the same one kept getting open. And they actually ran in 3 people at a time. We just got to do a better job of communicating and figure out who we have. That way, they're not getting wide open looks.
Right. And Elizabeth Bertram had 18 tonight. According to the stats, Carly Delk with 15, 11 in the second half.
Good.
And then
I got on her. I'm gonna tell you this. I got on her at halftime because she missed some easy little bunnies in the first half.
Yeah.
And so I said, you better wake up. And so glad that one worked. Proud of her.
And Raven Ennis, 11 points tonight. Hit a big 3 there in the second quarter. Eve Jackson knocked down a 3-point tonight. What about the late 3 by Katie Murphy? I think that really put the dagger in right there.
Yeah, I think we were 1 for 9 in the first half, and of course we keep shooting the ball. It'll fall, and luckily it did for those 3 or 4 of them.
Well, you got to turn right around tomorrow night in about 24 hours, and you're going to play Bowling Green, who was ranked the number 1 team in the region in the preseason poll. Team that lost their point guard Taylor Ragland, their leading scorer Tiana Brown, but they returned Jones, and they've got the 2 big freshmen.
Right.
Have you seen any film on them from their first game?
I'm watching it tonight. I tried to focus on this one, but no, I've got 2 films coming. I'm gonna watch them tonight, and we'll be ready to go. I mean, it'll be a good little test for us, especially back to back. I like this. I mean, just like the regional tournament.
Right.
You're doing it in December, but
that's true.
But yeah, we'll get at it tomorrow. Come in for a little shoot around and having a little team meal at my aunt's house in Bowling Green. So get prepped and get ready to go tomorrow night.
Well, Coach, congratulations to you. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Thanks, Jay.
All right, Coach Piper Lindsay and the Trojanettes coming from behind to defeat South Warren tonight, 56-51. The final score. The Trojanettes go to 2-0 on the season. South Warren evens their record at 1-1. Stay tuned for our post-game report. By the way, Coach's comments brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. We'll have the CPC Commodities post-game report next on 103.7 Nash Icon. the final quarter. 11 for Raven Ennis, 7 for Eve Jackson, 3 for Katie Murphy in that late 3 in the fourth quarter. 2 points for Liberty Rice. Emma Hughes, Macy Lockhart saw action but did not score in the ball game. And you got a few stats there, Robert?
Yeah, got just an overall kind of a shooting summary. South Warren was 20 of 42 for the game, 47%. They were 6 of 9 for 3 for 32. We only hit 3 threes in the whole game. We were 3 of 14, it looks like, for 21%, but we're able to overcome that with some free throw shooting down the stretch. For the game, we were 22 of 60 for 36%. So we were able to get up 18 more shots in the game in South Warren. So that's a credit to our offensive rebound, our hustle, to get into those loose balls. Obviously made a big difference and able to overcome the slow start to pick up the W. 2-0 in a tough stretch and end that tomorrow with maybe the toughest one of them all with Bowling Green, who's consistently rated number 1 in the region, us number 2 or 3.
Yeah, Bowling Green tonight taking on Owensboro Catholic at Bowling Green, and hopefully we can get a final score on that before we leave the airwaves tonight. Post-game stats, post-game report brought to you by CPC Commodities. Proven on our farm, made for yours. We'll get set for the guys, Trojans and Spartans, in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Coming up next here on 103.7 Nash Icon. With 2 new adventures to taste. Each meal only $6.99. The Smokehouse Cheddar Barbecue Filet Sandwich and the Southwest Chipotle. Chipotle? I don't know how to pronounce it. I just eat it anyway. It's good.
Chipotle.
There
we go.
Remember, Chipotle. It's good. No matter how you pronounce it, it's good anyway. And that's a good filet sandwich at Zaxby's. South Warren comes in 1-0. They're ranked 9th in the Bowling Green Daily News Prep Poll, number 6 in the Cat's Paws Yearbook preseason poll. They beat Allen County Scottsville Tuesday night 87-68. And they were led by Jace Carver, who had 24 points in that game. He had 4 3-pointers. And then by the guy by the name of Caleb Mitchell, who transferred from Arkansas. I think his dad may be a part of the Western staff, coaching staff. 6-foot senior. He added 19. Tayshawn Jones added 18 to that game. And Jonathan Hill scored 10, so they had 4 players in double figures. Hill, by the way, had 10 rebounds in that game. They shot 49% against the Patriots, and they were 7 of 18 on 3-point shots, 16 of 22 at the foul line in that 19-point victory. Last year, they were 14 and 15. And their leading scorer, Tyler Martin, graduated. He averaged 17.7 a game. And South Warren is actually predicted to finish 4th in the 14th district, behind Warren Central, Bowling Green, and Greenwood, with Warren East at the bottom. Last year, the Spartans lost to Bowling Green by just 6 points in the 14th district semifinals. Well, the Trojans got off to a big start Tuesday night with an 85-47 win over Greene County. 11 Trojans got in the scorebook, and it was Tay Pointer who came off the bench, scored 15. Gavin Withrow added 12, and transfer from Glasgow Christian Academy, Jacob Shaw, scored 11 points in his debut as a Trojan. He hit 3 threes in that game. Trojans beat South Warren last year 71-48. And then, of course, after tonight, they'll be off a week to get ready for District Foe Monroe County here next Friday night. Trojans ranked number 5 in the Bowling Green Daily News Prep Poll this week, first edition of the poll, and number 7 in the Cat's Paws 4th Region poll. So we'll see how it all comes out tonight. But South Warren got some deadly shooters, especially Carver, who hit 52 threes last year.
Let's start with the other night. I was extremely impressed with our guys. What level of competition we played, maybe it's yet to be seen, but I don't think our starters maybe even played a quarter collectively. We got a ton of guys in. Everybody got into action, and most everybody was even able to contribute from the scoring column. So overall, very impressed how we moved the ball, how we ran the floor, how we got up and down, and I didn't think there was a ton of drop-off 1 through 10 once we had those guys in there really in the rotation. So tonight, though, is a completely different story. You see these kids warming up. They are a ton more athletic than Greene County, and really, they meet the eye test. They pass the eye test of an athletic 14th district team, and that tells you how good the rest of the 14th district is if they're this team coming out here, this athletic, and put that on Allen County the other night is rated 4th. So I think the 14th is going to be more competitive than it's been in a long, long time down there this year, and tonight's going to be a much more competitive game and a competitive game than we saw against Greene County the other night. So I'm anxious to see how our boys respond, and I know they're ready for the test.
Yeah. More of the Zaxby's pregame report when we return. Trojans and Spartans here at Trojan Gym tonight. And before we go to break, let's give you an update on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Glasgow Lady Scotties beat Greenwood tonight 48-47. And the Metcalfe County, Monroe County girls game going into overtime, tied at 49.
Metcalfe had a good lead in that one, so Monroe County must have came back on it.
Right. We'll be back after this break. You're following Trojan basketball on 103.7 Nash Icon. several years. His assistant coaches are Brett Emery, William Jones, and Brad Stevenson. They'll start Jace Carver, 6'1 junior, averaging 12.3 points a game last year. Tayshawn Jones, 6' junior, who averaged 6.7. Parker Stovall, a 6'1 senior, averaged 4.6 points a game last year. Jonathan Hill's a 6'5 senior, and Caleb Mitchell is a 6' senior for the Spartans. For the Barren County Trojans, under 12th-year head coach Warren Cunningham, his assistant coaches are Lee Johnson, Matt Gardner, Jared Browning, and Austin Burge. Starting Jacob Shaw, 6'1", 183 senior, who had 11 points the other night against Greene County. Gavin Withrow, 5'8", 148 junior, who had 12 points in the game. Will Bandy, 6'6", 212 and a senior, scored 8 against the Dragons. So did Aiden Niken, 6'5", 204 sophomore. Tyler Bush, 6', 183 senior, slated to be the other starter tonight for Barren County. Remind you're listening to our broadcast coverage on 103.7 Nash Icon, WHHT-FM, Cave City, Glasgow. Online at the new 104thescore.com. The officials for Game 2 were the same three we had in the girls' game. Ryan Kraft, Adam Ryder, and John McMillan. And the officials are sponsored by Scotty's Contracting and Stone. Committed to providing all customers the same level of highest quality, no matter the size of the project. We'll come back with the tip-off of our second game between the Trojans and Spartans. After this timeout, you're listening to the Zaxby's pregame report on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back at Trojan Gym, courtside, Jay Turner, Robert Bauer, statistician Rex Rush, and Todd Belcher on controls in the Nash Icon Studios. We get set for the Farmers RACC Jackie Browning Memorial Opening Tip-Off in our first quarter of action, sponsored by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. Change in the lineup for South Warren. They're going to start Caden Veltkamp, number 21, instead of number 24, Parker Stovall tonight. Veltkamp, a 6'5 sophomore who averaged 8.6 points a game last year for the Spartans. They'll be dressed in black uniforms. I guess it's black. I'm kind of colorblind. It might be dark gray. White numerals and letting South across the front of their jerseys. Their bench down to our right. To our left, the Trojans in their home white with burgundy numbers and letters outlined in gold. And tonight, the Barren County student section, well, a little mix out there, Robert.
I think it's Jersey night.
Jersey night? Okay.
Little Barren County jerseys all the way from Cowboys jersey, Braves jersey.
Cleveland. I see Cleveland out there.
Yeah, little Cavaliers jersey. Mainly Trojan and Trojanettes.
Right. Yeah. I think we got a little Raiders mixed in out there too now. Blue and white. Yeah. So a little mix. The Trojan student section this evening across the way.
Still a good crowd in the student section, but a really good crowd here for a Friday night boy-girl doubleheader early in the season. Everybody anxious to get out and maybe get their first look if they weren't able to get here on Tuesday night. They missed it.
Niken and Bush. South Warren with Carver, Veldkamp, Jones, Hill, and Mitchell. Ryan Kraft will toss it up. Here we go. And it is tapped around, and it's going to come out of bounds right to me, and it will be Barren County's basketball off the fingertip of Tayshawn Jones. So Tyler Bush will toss it in as it comes out to Jacob Shaw. Well, man-to-man defense here by South Warren to start things out. The right elbow's Niken. He turns toward the basket. A lot of pressure. Shot blocked on him by Hill. Here comes Hill with the basketball. South Warren all the way to the bucket. It's partially blocked from behind. But Niken
Turned the favor.
Yeah. Here's Shaw. Stopped. Gives it off to Niken. Top of the circle. Hands it off to Withrow. Back to Shaw. Goes left side to Bush. Out to Withrow. Right side Shaw. Shaw looking inside. Nobody there. Coming out to get it is Niken. Niken going right side. Goes back to Shaw. Dumps it down to Bandy. He'll turn and throw it up. Partially blocked. Crashing the board is Bush. Getting it out of the air. He'll hook it in the lane. Here's Withrow. Floats it up. No good, but he's fouled. Went to the floor pretty hard, but he gets up. And the foul is on South Warren's Veldkamp. His first team's first.
One of their two 6'5" kids. A lot of shot alterations and deflections in the first two possessions both ways.
Gavin Withrow puts it up. It's good. Barren County takes the first lead of the ball game at 1-0. Second shot on the way. It rims good. So Withrow gets both. It's a 2-0 ball game. Don't think they have it up on the board yet. Played almost a minute. Here's a spin move. Shot rejected by Bandy. Ball got ripped loose. It's scrambled on the floor. Picked back up. Here's a floater up and in for Mitchell. 2-2 the score.
Yeah, it was Mitchell.
And here's Bush on the left side, gives it out to Withrow. Withrow hooks it and trying to throw it down low. It's knocked out of bounds. South Warren, I believe, got the hand on it. That was Veldkamp, so it'll stay with the Trojans. 6:39 to play here in the opening quarter. 2-2 ball game. Shaw pitches it out to Niken. Niken get a lot of pressure from Hill out there. And now Niken driving, going under, putting up the shot, and it's going to be a traveling violation on Niken. We do have that right, don't we? As far as okay.
Yeah.
Thought I heard Bruce say somebody else's name.
I did too, but our sheet looks like his sheet.
Right. Mitchell throws it around the perimeter. The left side goes to Carver. Carver hooks around to the free throw line, forces up the shot. It's no good. Tyler Bush crashing the board for the Trojans. Off to Niken. Niken bounce pass underneath the Withrow. Boy, he threaded the needle on that one. Cross-court pass. Shaw, three in the air. No, came up short. Rebound to Carver for South Warren. Carver pushing it down the floor against Withrow. Throws it up on the run. It's no good. Tapped up, no good. Bandy clears it out of there. He'll give it off to Shaw. Shaw down the right side of the floor. Shaw drives the basket, puts it up. It's good.
That's a good coast-to-coast move. Jacob was maybe a step or two further back from the three line than he should have been, but gets a bucket there.
4-2, Barren County. Carver needs some help. Throws it cross-court. Three-pointer by Veldkamp is off the mark. Niken up high for the rebound for the Trojans. Niken goes in the lane, dishes off right side. Bandy pulls the trigger. It comes up short off the right side of the rim. Veldkamp with the rebound. Gives it off to Jones. Jones trying to accelerate against Withrow out there. Has to bounce it back out. Here's Mitchell with the basketball. Mitchell into the key. Shovels it back off to Jones. He lost it. And Bush has got it for the Trojans. 4-on-2 break. Bush stops. Throws it around over to Shaw. He'll pull it up for the three. Got it!
And got knocked down. Good job finding the open. And Jacob stepping into it.
7-2 on the People's Bank three for Jacob Shaw. 4:55 to go first quarter. Carver with the basketball for South Warren. Out to Veldkamp. He'll give it to Mitchell. Mitchell out of the left side of the floor. Around to Jones. Now goes to Carver. Can't let him shoot the three. He drives in, goes to the bucket, scoops it up, missed it, but a foul.
Late whistle. They have, and that wasn't foul, but what I was going to say is they've been letting them play back and forth. If they did in the girls' game, what they're going to do in the boys' game, you're going to have to be tough to get anything around the rim.
Foul on Tyler Bush. That is his first. First foul of the Trojans. And at the line is Carver for two. The first one is in and out. First substitution for South Warren. Nathan Neal, a 6'5 junior, coming in for 6'5 Jonathan Hill. They got a lot of 6'5 players on the roster. Carver puts this one up, and it's good. 7-3. South Warren picking up with full court pressure. Comes into Shaw. Man-to-man pressure now. As Shaw gets it across the line against Jones. Goes down the right side. He'll give it to Withrow. Withrow sends it back over to Niken. Out front of the left side. He'll send it to the left wing now to Shaw. Goes down low to Bush. He got fouled, but going to whistle, and Carver try to throw it off the leg of Bush. It'll stay with Barren County. Shaw will toss it in. Comes out to Bandy. He'll give it to Withrow. Long range left. Covered up, smothered out there by Mitchell. Now needs somewhere to go. Bandy steps back, 17-footer. Left side. Good. His first two. 9-3 Barren. And a spin move. Mitchell throws it across the lane. A shot goes up. It's no good. Offensive rebound by Neal. He'll give it to Carver. Long distance three is off the front of the iron. And here's Bush with the basketball for Barren. Dishes off over to Withrow. Steps back. Shoots the three. No good. Rebound to South Warren. Coming out of there with it is Veldkamp. He'll give it off to Jones. Jones front court crossover dribble. Goes into the lane. Spin move. Bounce pass. Thrown away.
They love their spin move. Both of their guards get deep and spin. And our guys have scouted that, know that, and have accounted for their spin back to the middle of the lane.
Caleb Hester, 6', 128 senior, has checked into the Trojan lineup. So has Ryan Shirley, 6'1", 180 sophomore. And Shirley going to the basket at the other end. Ball gets away. It should have been something there, either a block or a charge. I mean, it was contact.
He just let it go out of bounds. But as Warren said, he's standing there. Don't just run him over. It's not football and trying to get an extra yard or two.
Yep. Bringing it up is Tayshawn Jones for the Spartans. 3:26 to play in the opening quarter. Barren County with a 9-3 lead. Here's Mitchell, left of the lane, stolen away. Withrow's got it. Withrow, right side behind the back row. Then he loses it back to Mitchell. Then Mitchell falls down to the back court, having trouble. Niken going down to the floor, trying to tie it up, but they're going to call a foul on Aiden.
Right before South Warren called the timeout. So they get the foul instead of the timeout.
.3:11 to play here in the opening quarter. Barren County 9, South Warren 3. The ball comes into play. Caleb Mitchell working against Shaw. Gets a screen. Goes left side. He drives against Shaw. Where he's cut off. Comes back out to Veldkamp. He'll give it to Jones. 2:55 left to play in the first. Jones getting the double screen out top. He wants to drive with it against Shirley. Goes to the basket, and what we got? Foul on Shirley.
Foul on Shirley on the way to the hoop. Should be on the floor. Let's see if they give him shots. They will.
Yep. 2 shots for Tayshawn Jones.
Contact way after, way before he was going up for that. There's no way that should have got 2 shots, even though he did, and knocked down the first one.
Bringing Hill back in the ball game for South Warren. Going out is Mitchell. 9-4 with 2:49 to go here in the first. Here's the free throw in the air, and it's good again for Jones. Only one bucket for South Warren here in the first quarter. 9-5, Barren County. Shaw working against Jones. Shaw got away from Jones, but Jones is back on him again. He's going to drive to the hoop. He'll go up with a shot, and he gets fouled. Foul is on Jones, his first, team's second of the half. And Jacob Shaw going to the free throw line. Knocked down 3 threes in the win over Greene County on Tuesday night. His first shot's good. He's got 6 points in this quarter. And a 10-5 Barren County lead.
South Warren disrupted the play we had set up. We had isolation to Aiden, and Shaw's strength and size as a point guard allowed him to take it to the rim and get a point out of it.
That one too strong. Ryan Shirley fighting for the basketball. He's got it. He'll throw it back out to Shaw. No look pass left side to Bush. Back to Shaw. Straight away 3. Boom!
Well, he's going to make a liar out of me saying he can't shoot. That's 5 threes in his first 2 games. I like it, and I'll keep saying he can't shoot if he's going to keep knocking them down.
13-5. Barren County, 2:20 left to go in the opening quarter. Here's a long 3 again. This time no good for Carver. And we're going to get out of bounds to Barren County. We went off hill. Carver stepping out here about 30 feet from the basket, trying to shoot a 3.
I don't understand. He's maybe already a little frustrated the fact that he had 24 the other night, and we're chasing him, and he's only got a free throw.
Pressure's on with South Warren. Here's a run out. It's Ryan Shirley taking it to the basket, puts it up. He missed it. Rebound Pointer back up. There it is.
Good strength by Ryan, but a follow-up even better.
15-5 the score. 2 minutes to play. First quarter. Mitchell working around the top of the perimeter. Wants to drive. Pushed off. Pointer. Shot goes up. It rims good.
Got to be something. He hit him with the elbow right to the face.
15-7. Shaw in the backcourt gets rid of the basketball over to Pointer on the left side. Pointer working out there against Carver. Going to have to do something with it. Bounces back over to Bush. Bush wants to penetrate, can't go. He's in the key. He'll throw it back to Pointer for the 3 ball. It is no good. Crashing aboard is South Warren, number 24, who's in the ball game. I don't think I have a 24. That's Stowball. Stowball wants to make a move. Strong against Hester. Forces up. No. Hester's got it for the Trojans. Minute 16 to play in the quarter. Shaw hooks it back in the quarter. Now they give it down in there to Ryan Shirley. Back out to Shaw. Pointer with it on the right side. Bounces it out to Hester. And now Hester against Stowball. Off to Shirley on the left side. Hands it back to Shaw. 3 in the air. No, it's off high. Offensive rebound by Bush. Bush trying to split the defenders. Shot goes down, but they're not going to count it. Traveling violation. 50.5 seconds to play here in the first. Will Bandy has returned to the Trojan lineup. Neal for South Warren. Mitchell handling the basketball. Left side it comes to Hill. Hill sends it out to Veltkamp. Back over to Mitchell on the right wing. Now Mitchell gives it back out to Stowball. They go in the middle there. Twisting, turning, looking, back out to Mitchell. Top of the horn. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Now they give it to Hill. Hill trying to rip around the top of the perimeter. Stowball with it now against Pointer. Back out it comes to Veltkamp. 18 seconds to go in the quarter. Now Neal works against Bandy. Puts it up. It's too strong. Bush with a rebound for the Trojans. Bush pushing it down the floor. Heads to the basket. Lays it up. No good. Hit the backboard. Should have been a technical foul. They're not going to call it. Mitchell underneath. Shot blocked off the board. And with 1/10 of a second to go, we're going to get a foul call. Going to send Hill to the free throw line for 2. Foul on Tay Pointer. His first, team's 4th. And the shot by Hill is going to go in.
That was a terrific block by Tyler. I was trying to listen to the conversation between the referee because what happened down here was the same thing that happened against Greene County the other night. Our ball's on the rim, and they smacked the backboard so hard they rattled the rim. That's got to be at least a basket interference. So it's happened 2 games in a row. I wanted an explanation, but the referee didn't give one.
Hill back at the line for one more shot. It's on the way, and he missed it. And the rebound to Hester, and that will do it for the quarter. After one, it's Barren County 15, South Warren 8. We'll be back after this break. You're listening to Trojan Basketball on 103.7 Nash Icon. Gym, brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Barren County 15, South Warren 8. Jacob Shaw scoring 9 to Barren County's 15 points in that first quarter with 2 threes.
Good quarter, held them to a 13 to 15% shooting.
Mitchell, he dribbled it off his foot, but it's picked up. Jones picked it up off the floor, gives it to Veldkamp. Veldkamp working around to the right side, throws it back behind him to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to make a move into the paint. They throw underneath. Here's a shot going up and in for Hill.
Let him get his shoulders biased. That was an easy layup.
15-10, Barren County. Bandy on the left side. Wants to drive with it. Pulls up with a short jumper that's way short. And I believe Hill may have touched it going out of bounds. Actually stepped on the inline.
Bandy short-armed the shot, but it landed right in his arms, and when he came down, he was out of bounds, so gives us back the ball.
Withrow around the top of the horn, gives it over to Shaw. Back out to Withrow. Long straightaway 3. No good. Rebound by number 10. That's Tayshawn Jones for South Warren. They have carried it there. Gonna bounce it out to Hill. Hill gives it out now on the perimeter to Mitchell. 1 minute gone here in the second period. Barren County 15, South Warren 10. Veldkamp with the basketball against Aiden Niken. Trying to backtrack in. He'll throw it back out to Mitchell, and now he'll give it to Carver. Now Carver against Bush. Back to the left side. They give it down in the corner to Mitchell. Mitchell working against Shaw. Steps back, shoots the jumper. No. Grabbing the rebound is Niken for the Trojans. Aiden Niken over to Bandy. Fakes the 3. Drives in. Had it swipe loose, but Bush on the inline. He's trapped and threw it away. Had nowhere to go. He got smothered. And here's Jones. He walked with it. And we're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow to the Trojans. With 6:19 to play here before halftime. Barren County 15, South Warren 10. The ball comes into Niken. He gives it to Shaw. On the near side, Withrow. Looping cross-court pass back to Niken. Niken throws it back. It's picked off by Jones. Jones goes up against Niken, trying to force up the shot. He put up it, no good. Follow-up is in. Wow.
Our guys kind of quit on the play. That's why they got 3 looks at it and got a rebound.
15-12. South Warren back within 3. Pass broken up and stolen. Try to go down to Withrow with it from the long left side underneath the basket. Jones has got it for South Warren. Leaves it out there with Carver. Carver against Bush. Stolen away. Withrow's got it out in front. He'll go to the basket. Lays it up and in. First basket for Gavin Withrow. 17-12. Trojans with a 5-point lead. Now Mitchell driving against Shaw. And there's a shot going up and in. Who got it? I couldn't see. Veldkamp?
Yes.
That's 17-14. Shaw with it on the left side. He's in a trap. Hooks it off to Niken. He'll go in for the shot. Good.
Down
right down the lane. First two for Aiden Niken.
Defensively, we got to be better. We're standing and watching a whole lot down here on our end.
19-14. Hill throws it out to Mitchell. Mitchell spinning. Oh, he walked.
There's another one of those. They spin 80% of the time they go to the lane, they spin back to their strong side.
Yeah. Some changes in the lineup. Corbin Murphy's checked into the Trojan lineup, 6'2", 238 junior. Ryan Shirley's back in, leaving Shaw, Niken, and Withrow on the floor. Niken, behind the back dribble. Goes down the lane, lost the handle, trying to get him back. They're going to call him for steps.
He's made a great open court move to get rid of the pressure, but he's got to know when to pull back and get rid of that basketball instead of forcing.
Mason Griggs seen his first appearance tonight, 6'1", 138 sophomore. With 4:49 to go here in the second quarter, 19-14 Barren. And we're going to get a foul as Stovall was trying to drive into the lane. First on Withrow. That's 5 on the Trojans here in the first half. Ball comes out to Carver, fakes the three, drives in for a 10-foot jumper, good.
His best look of the night.
Yep, that's his first 2 points. He had to hit a free throw back in the first quarter. Griggs floats it down to Murphy, back out to Griggs. He'll give it to Shaw. 19-16 Barren County, 4:25 left to play in the first half. Withrow, right side. Got to reverse it back left against Carver. Gives it to Griggs, back to Withrow. Ooh, yeah, going to be a foul here on Carver.
Trying to run a clear-out play, but we weren't really getting the message there, and that's why we had to set it back up, and the ball pressure was getting to us.
Second quarter brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Withrow will toss it in, down to our right, and gets rid of it out to Griggs. He'll give it back to Withrow. Withrow back to Griggs. Now back to Withrow. Withrow and Shaw are the only 2 starters on the floor right now for Barren. Griggs gives it back to Shaw, back to Griggs. And now here is a dump pass into Murphy, and he puts it in.
Overloaded the left side against their 2-3 zone. Worked well.
21-16. Veldkamp trying to go baseline. He's cut off. And he's going to be out of bounds off of Shaw. Stays with South Warren on the right baseline with 3:50 to play here in the first half. Barren County leading 21-16. Veldkamp trying to inbounds. He gets it in there to Mitchell. Jump it up. And jump ball. Possession arrow back to South Warren.
Mitchell didn't like that very much, I don't think. He thought he was fouled instead of a jump ball.
Now Veldkamp will throw it out to Carver, and he'll fire up a long 3 that's no good. Rim down on him. Veldkamp on the offensive board. Follow-away shot, good.
Can't let him have that one. He went right over top of us at 6'5", got the rebound and the putback.
His second field goal of the quarter. Griggs with the basketball in the backcourt. Barren County leads 21-18. Goes to Shaw, down into Murphy. Tries to muscle it up. Traveling violation on Corbin Murphy.
Jump stop, lost his balance, fell forward for the walk. Trying to get an extra momentum to power through Veldkamp.
21-18 Barren. 3:30 to play in the second. Jones checking back into the Spartans lineup. Mitchell's going to check out.
Just 6 points for the Trojans.
23 is Jay Crane, 6-foot junior for South Warren. Jones with the basketball against Griggs. He'll give it out to Hill. Left side comes to Carver. Working against Shaw. Drives it in the lane. And there's going to be a foul on Shaw. Try to force up a one-hand shot there. And Carver will go to the line to shoot 2. That's the 16th foul of the Trojans in the first half. Carver's first toss is good. Luke Burton, a 5'10 sophomore, is checked into the Spartans lineup, number 20. Caleb Hester returning to the Trojan lineup. Here's Carver's free throw. It pops out. Rebound of the Trojans. That's Murphy got the rebound. And here's Griggs, gives it off to Hester. Looping cross-court pass on the left side of the lane. Knight can try to go up with it. He's fouled. It'll be on, I believe, Burton. And on Burton, his first, team's 4th of the half. Aiden Niken going to the charity stripe.
They changed their defense a little bit. It's more of a 2-2-1 kind of trap that they fall back into the zone with. That time we threw it over top. Aiden was wide open. He waited for the defense to come instead of just catching it and scoring it.
Aiden Niken sinks both free throws to give him 4 points. Barren back up by 4, 23-19 with 3:03 to play here in the first half. As Will Bandy has returned to the Trojan lineup for Coach Warren Cunningham. As South Warren's basketball, as Jones will bring it up. Jones against Mason Griggs. Dribbles with left hand side, poked it away, but Jones got it back. He's going to drive. He's cut off by Griggs. Now forces up the shot and rims in.
Not bad defense, just a good athletic move.
23-21, Barren County. And the ball comes into Aiden Niken. Niken working it up court, gets cut off, has to throw it off to Griggs, and Griggs gets it in front court right-hand side, throws it back to Niken, and Niken is going to be fouled, a reach-in charge to Mitchell, his first. 15 foul on the Spartans. And Shaw gets the ball inbounds to Bandy. Got a little push from behind, but no call. Hester in the left corner, can't shoot. Back out to Niken. He'll give it now to Shaw out front. Right side, Griggs. Turns, looks, needs help. Bounces in the middle there to Niken. Niken turns, right elbow, shot good.
They extended the 2-3 out that time. We stretched it out, found the middle of it, knocked down a jump shot.
Back up to 4 for Barren, 25-21. 2:05 to play before the break. As Mitchell handles the basketball, he'll give it off on the right side. Hill brings it out, gives it off to Jones, and Jones drives. Shot blocked from behind by Bandy. Lead pass on the other end. Niken lays it in.
Couldn't gather themselves to throw it down, but 2 points is 2 points. Good look ahead there.
I thought he was going to duck it, but there's a collision. They're going to call a blocking foul on Jacob Shaw.
Have to look at it again. Yes, it was a block.
That's his second, team 7th.
It was for sure a block. He was spinning back in towards the middle, and Jacob was falling out of the lane. So Mitchell will go to the line here for the 1 and the bonus.
.139 left to play in the first half. Barren County with a 27-21 lead. And we got 6 players on the floor.
The official recognized and knew it. He was waiting for somebody to come off.
Mitchell, 6 points in the first half. His free throw is up. It's good. 27-22. Stay tuned for a halftime report brought to you by Colton Steakhouse and Grill. This shot is on the way, and it's good again for Mitchell. He's the transfer from Arkansas that moved in over the summer. 27-23. In the middle goes to Hester. Bounce pass off to Bandy. Got around his defender. Reversed it up in.
And he used the rim as an extra layer against his defender.
29-23. Barren County leads it by 6. Yeah, it should have been a turnover right there, and they almost turned it over again. Loose ball on the floor and out of bounds. Going to stay with the Spartans.
They couldn't communicate for one person to save it to the other person. They both dove out of bounds.
1:19 to play here before the break. Jones will toss it in the left baseline for South Warren. Looking, throws it out front to Veldkamp. Veldkamp will get rid of the basketball to Carver with Hester guarding him. Carver, crossover move, goes in traffic, throws it up, no. Grabbed in there by Bandy. Here comes Withrow. Withrow working, trying to force up the shot, and banks off, no good. Comes off to Hester. He'll feed to Bandy. Left elbow, shot good.
Offensive rebound, paying dividends.
31-23. Barren leads it by 8. 52 seconds to play in the first half. Veldkamp with a basketball for South Warren against Will Bandy. He'll get rid of the basketball over to Jones, or rather to Mitchell. He's going to pull up with a jumper. 15, no good right side. Bandy with a rebound, and somebody pushed off.
He's going to say Bandy did. Let's see. I thought there was a ton of cleared space there, but no, he definitely pushed Veldkamp to clear the space.
That's the first foul on Will Bandy. 8 on the Trojans here in the first half. Veldkamp at the line. Shot goes up. It's good.
Was 8?
He'll have one more.
8 our largest lead.
Yeah. And he hits that one. They've shot 11 free throws in the first half. Barren County has shot 6. 31-25. Griggs bounces off the Withrow. Straight away it goes over to Niken. Niken heads toward the paint. He goes in traffic and puts it in with a floater. Niken all 10 of his points here in the second quarter. 33-25. Barren with 23 seconds to play here in the first half. Working with it out front is Mitchell. Hale comes out to set a screen for him. He's out near the midcourt stripe. Now takes off to the right side against Griggs. Loses a handle, and then Withrow tapped it away. I don't know if he'd have just, if Withrow hadn't touched it, I think it would have been our ball. Tyler Bush back in for Caleb Hester. 7.8 seconds to go here in the first half. As Mitchell gets the ball into Jones, left side Carver against Bush. He's going to drive, flips up the shot out of collision. Oh, a blocking foul. Wow. I'm not sure about that one.
Didn't sell it well enough.
And Carver gets the bucket. Will Bandy, his second personal. Number 9 against the Trojans in the first half. 33-27. Carver's 2 for 4 at the stripe.
Said he was still moving. He hit him square in the chest. It was all about he didn't fall well to me. You got to sell that charge.
Shot goes up and he hit it. And now it's 33-29. And here comes Withrow in a hurry. Throws up the shot at the horn. It's an air ball, and that's the end of the first half. Halftime, it is Barren County 33, South Warren 28. We'll come back with the Colton Steakhouse and Grill halftime report after this break. You're following Barren County High basketball on 103.7 Nash Icon.
3-point play. You know, it's a 5-point lead is an 8-point lead. And you feel a little bit different going into the halftime break than you do. But all in all, still a very good first half against a competitive team. You play your hind end off here for 16 minutes, and you get a week off until you come back here for a district game next Friday night.
Barren County with 9 fouls in the first half, 5 on the Spartans. And as we look at the Coca-Cola scoreboard now, open a Coke and enjoy the game. And that one score you just gave, Robert, Greenwood 36-12. Or 30-16
yes.
over Glasgow. Some final scores in that we didn't pass along earlier. In overtime, Monroe County beats Metcalfe County 54-52. In the boys' game at the end of the first quarter, Metcalfe County 14, Monroe County 13. Of course, the Trojanettes win here earlier tonight, 56-51 over the South Warren Lady Spartans. And let's see, that Glasgow girls beat Greenwood tonight by 1 point, 48-47.
And there were a couple other finals I wrote on that paper if you wanted to look at those.
Hart County girls 60, Caverna 47.
Yeah, and a halftime score, Clinton County boys up 35-12 over Franklin Simpson. I'm a little shocked by that.
Well, Monroe County beat Franklin Simpson Tuesday night.
Yeah, so Franklin must be way down after they didn't look too bad there toward the end of the year last year.
Don't forget, tomorrow night, the Trojanettes will be in action in Bowling Green to the 15th versus 14th challenge. They'll be taking on the Lady Purples, the fifth and final game of that classic at 7 o'clock. We'll be in there at 6:45. Now, we'll have the game for you, the broadcast, on our sister station, 104.7 The Score, and on 104thescore.com, due to the fact the Glasgow Christmas Parade will be aired tomorrow night on Nash Icon 103.7. So make a note of that. Again, tomorrow night, Trojanettes at Bowling Green at 7 o'clock. And on the air, 104.7 The Score, and on 104thescore.com for that broadcast. We'll be back to start the second half of this one. The Trojans 33, South Warren 28. You're following Barren County High basketball on 103.7 Nash Icon. JV game, Barren won over South Warren 42-36. And middle school boys games last night, Barren County beat Warren East 32-25 in the 7th grade game, but then lost the 8th grade game 49-19. Get all the scores from middle school to high school by logging on to barren.kyschools.us. Click athletics and then the sports report. Scores and results from middle school, freshman and JV basketball, along with high school swimming and bowling results. 33-28, so we start the second half. This third quarter is brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op.
Did a good job spreading the fouls around in the first half. Nobody in foul trouble.
Jacob Shaw and Will Bandy picked up 2 apiece for Barren. And, of course, South Warren only had 5 first half. 1 foul on 5 different players. Here's Withrow. Looking, floats it back out to Shaw. Shaw getting a lot of pressure from Jones. He drives in, leaves it off with Bush. Bush hooks it back to Bandy on the baseline. And now Bandy fires it in there to Bush. He puts it up. Ooh, he missed the shot. Rebound to Hill, and Niken is going to be called for a foul. No, it's going to be on Tyler Bush. I didn't see the foul on Bush, but
yeah,
it'll be his second, team's first the second half.
Niken was a prime candidate for the foul, but he said Tyler kind of came in trying to get the rebound and hit somebody in the face inadvertently, and that's why they gave him the foul instead of Will. We're okay with that to spread it around a little bit more.
Missed a good opportunity there to put it up to a 7-point lead. Setting screens, that's a moving screen right there. But they're not going to call it. Jones almost fell down with it, tries to make a move, and he's going to be fouled by Withrow. That's his second. So now we got 4 players with 2 fouls.
Keep doing that until you stop it.
Cleared it out, and what they did was they let Jones take Gavin to the bucket. We got to do a better job either showing some kind of help or acting like we're going to slide in there to keep him from driving to the bucket.
Jones now 3 for 3 at the stripe. He's got 5 points. It's 33-29 Trojans. Jones fires it up and in. 33-30. Now South Warren picking up some pressure in the backcourt. Niken gets it in play to Withrow. He turns up court. He's going to be fouled by Jones. That's his second. Team's first the second half.
Need to get back in some flow offensively. They're back man now. So run a man set here and get a good look.
As Withrow now will work against Jones, crosses the midcourt stripe. Still on the dribble, bounce pass right side of Shaw. And now Shaw gets a screen from Bush, hooks it back to Bush. Bush will throw it high over the rim. And the ball goes out of bounds. Trojans will get it back. Shaw on the left baseline to inbounds. So he gets it out to Bandy. Bandy's going to fire a 3-point shot. Nails it.
Couple steps behind the line. That wasn't the way the play was designed, but it gets points. It works.
Good for the People's Bank 3 for Will Bandy, and that is his 9th point tonight. And here's a 3 for South Warren. An air ball. Bandy had it for a moment, lost it. And then Veldkamp steps back for the 3. He missed it. Niken the rebound for the Trojans. Barren County with a 6-point lead. Here's Bandy trying to go up out of control. Got a whistle and going to have a foul call. Kind of rushed it to the basket, but he's going to get 2 shots out of it.
Call it on Veldkamp, and the reason he had to shoot it like he did because he was losing his balance going to the rim, had to get rid of it and flip it to the rim real quickly.
Will Bandy, 9 points, and he missed that one too strong against the back of the rim. Will Bandy was the Trojans' leading scorer last year, and that one's going to drop in. Went high off the back of the rim and fell in. Now he's in double figures with 10. 37-30, trying to make a move in there. Oh, there's going to be a foul.
It was a foul, but he backed away from taking a charge, and I guarantee it's in the back of his head that he got a block down here, so he didn't try to take it again. You got to keep taking it, and when it's just when they want to call a charge and block, to be honest with you.
Free throw is good for Mitchell. He'll have one more. Ryan Shirley back in the Trojan lineup, 37-31. Barren County with 6:29 to go here in the third quarter. Mitchell back at the stripe for the Spartans. And that one's going to rim out on him. He'd gone 3 for 3. Shirley with a rebound for Barren. Gives it off to Shaw. Shaw's going to bring it up against Mitchell. Gets it in front court. And a lot of pressure out there from Mitchell. Swiped it away from him and knocked it out of bounds. Quick hands. Now Shaw in front of the Trojan student section. Inbounds out to Niken. Niken with a strong move inside. Going to have a whistle. And an offensive foul on Aiden Niken, his second, team's fourth.
What I was talking about earlier, it's a pretty clear charge, but Aiden's got to know when to just pull up and shoot it over top over Carver there, 6'1".
And what we're going to have here, they're going to call a charge as they crashed into Aiden Niken. And that was on
Jones.
Was it on Jones?
I'm sorry,
Mitchell, his second. It'll be 3 on South Warren here in the second half. South Warren picking up all over the floor here. Niken will inbound. Gonna have to hurry. Got to get somebody open. Tyler Bush had it smacked out of his hands. Went off his leg or knee and out of bounds.
Yeah. Didn't expect somebody to be coming from behind slapping at it, but they did.
.6:05 left to go here in the third. 6-point Barren County lead, 37-31. Carver, and he got out of control and ran into Niken, and then Niken got a foot right in the face as he was falling down. But looks like he's okay.
Yeah, that wasn't even close to a charge. We went zone on that inbounds play.
3 fouls on Aiden Niken, and of course Bandy's got 3.
Yeah, after spreading them around in the first half pretty easily, now they're collecting on us.
Mason Griggs will check in for Aiden Niken.
Jacob, you got to be 3, Mason. Who's got 3?
And Jones bounces in, and Carver just pulls the trigger and knocks it down from 15 feet to the right side.
We're going to have to switch the personnel around, so Jacob Shaw is going to have to answer a defensive challenge against Carver.
37-33. Shaw gives it off to Bush. He'll throw it back out to Shaw. Shaw with Mitchell right in his face. Gives it to Bush. Now Bush will throw it out to Shaw. Got a whistle away from the ball.
Call it on Mitchell.
Holding foul on Mitchell. That's 3 on him. 4 on South's second half. And Shaw looks to inbounds right of the bucket. Comes out to Ryan Shirley. It's tipped away. Withrow's going to have to go chase it down. And they make a dive for it. The ball goes out of bounds. They're going to give it to South Warren. Wow. Jones and Withrow were diving for the basketball. And number 40, Jason Putman, a 6'2 junior, checks in for the first time tonight for South Warren.
Going to have to show some toughness. We haven't even played 3 minutes here, and it feels like we played 20.
I know it. The ball comes in the corner to Hill, the right-hand side, gives to Carver. He'll float it down inside there to Putman. He walked, turnaround shot goes up, it's no good. Barren County the other way. Mason Griggs feeds it to Ryan Shirley. He'll lay it up and he missed it. Rebounded Hill.
Great pass.
Yep. Hill throws it underneath. Here's a shot going up. It's no good. And then going back up, we got a foul called, and who are they going to put it on? Looked like Putman was on the back.
But they're going to call it on Hester. Hester was mismatched size-wise and trying to clear out, but he was out-jumped him.
Already 10 fouls called, and we haven't even played 3 minutes of the second half.
We might have to switch stations because the Christmas parade's going to start by the time this game's over.
Gee whiz. I mean, that's an air ball shot for Putman. Just barely got some of the twine on the left side. Hill checks out for South Warren. And for him is Burton. Second shot goes up, it's short, but an offensive rebound by Jones.
Just completely missed the block out.
Long three, but Veldkamp is no good. Another offensive rebound. Stovall, and now Jones a three, and he nails it.
Great timeout here. Cut it to one. Our kids are mentally, we're not playing the way we need to right now. We're a little emotionally drained, not giving full effort, not rebounding, and that's what's led South Warren to cut it to just a 1-point game.
Barren County led by 5 at the break, 33-28. They've only scored 4 points here in the third, and all of those by Will Bandy on a three-pointer, and 1 of 2 at the line. Was that a full or a 30?
Should have been 30.
Okay. So People's Bank in Glasgow, 30-second timeout. People's Bank, your local community bank, working for you. And this quarter has lasted, seems like 20 minutes already.
It's drug, I'll tell you that. It has lasted 15. I know it was about 8:15 before we took it. So 15 minutes to play half the quarter, not even half the quarter.
Got Cody Lane in the ball game for the Trojans. His first appearance tonight, 5'11", 157 senior. Mason Griggs is handling the basketball against Veldkamp. Griggs stops and looks, trying to go back door. Here's Shaw, moves in, puts it up. He missed it. Ball tapped out by Shirley. And then Hester trying to rip it away. And we're going to get a jump ball.
And a technical. Looked like Veldkamp come in there at the end and just push one of our guys down. We'll see if it's a single technical or a double technical. And it will be just on Veldkamp. Basically, it's extracurricular after the whistle on Veldkamp, and we'll have Shaw go to the line for 2 free throws, or he was stepping to the line. I assume that's who it'll be after the officials talk. And then it'll be a jump ball possession, so it'll be a point of interruption, technical foul, and South Warren will get the ball afterwards.
Jacob Shaw will step to the free throw line, 1 of 2 tonight. All 9 of his points coming in the first period of play. Free throw is up, it's good. Puts him in double figures with 10 to join Will Bandy and Aiden Niken, who also have 10 points. And this shot goes up, it's good. Jacob Shaw.
Shaw's got to be the leader out there with Bandy on the bench with the fouls, Niken on the bench with the fouls. So actually, it will not be a point of interruption technical. They'll still say it's a live ball technical. Keep the arrow to South Warren, and we'll get the ball out of bounds. So better for us.
39-36. Lane pitches it out to Shaw. And now Shaw is going to work against Jones as he crosses the midcourt line. Bounce pass left. Comes to Griggs. Griggs turns and goes in a lot of traffic. Goes to the bucket. He lays it in.
Don't know how he found a way to weave all the way through there, but he did for 2.
5-point lead now for Barren at 41-36. Hill gives it out to Stovall. Now Hill's got it back. Goes to the right elbow. He'll feed it out now to Jones. Jones almost lost the handle. Jones traverses back right, spin. He walked. Yep, got it.
They hit the spin button more than anybody I've seen.
Yeah. Trojans ball. Jacob Shaw gives it off to Caleb Hester. And now Hester will work against Carver out front. Carver putting pressure on. Right side, Shaw. 3 in the air. No good. And the ball's loose in the corner. Somebody got shoved into a chair down to our left.
We can't see it, but
hard to see who was and who did the shoving and who went down.
Looked like Shirley was battling, but they'll say it went off Shirley in the corner and give it to South Warren.
Jones will bring it up for South Warren. 3:40 to play, third quarter. Around the perimeter goes to Putman. And we're going to have, we're going to have a double foul, or somebody's pushing off. And they're going to haul a holding foul on Griggs, his first, team 7th. That's going to put Jones at the line, who's perfect tonight, 4 out of 4.
We got to make sure we block out. We didn't block out on the last free throw. Make sure we make contact here.
Shot's good. He leads the scoring with 10. As Carver's right behind him with 9, and so is Mitchell. 41-37. And this shot by Jones is also good. And now Veldkamp's going to return after getting the technical foul a little bit ago. 41-38. Hester to toss it in. Wanted to do a run out here, and then a 5-second count. So South Warren gets it right back underneath their basket to the right. Veldkamp will toss it in. Veldkamp will pitch it out to Hill. Now gives it to Jones. Jones tried a little shake and bake move out there against Griggs. Goes left side with it to Putman. Putman. Here's a three-point try in the air. That's no good. Rebound inside. Veldkamp puts it back up and rolls off the rim and try to go back up with it. Looked like the block. Lane got all ball, but they're going to call the foul on Hester.
It's inexcusable. What was that, 3 looks they got at that time? We've got to take some bodies, and with our big guys out, we have to use our bodies and our leverage to get them out of there and get those boards.
Stovall at the line. The shot's good. They are 6 of 9 at the charity stripe here in the third quarter. And only 2 field goals, a 3 and a 2. 41-39 Barren. 3:14 to play in the third quarter. Stovall puts it up, and it's good again.
It's going to be a free throw shooting contest, and they're already in the bonus.
Yep. 30-second timeout called by South Warren. The People's Bank timeout, 3:14 to go here in the third quarter. 41-40 Barren County. We'll check in with a Coca-Cola scoreboard update. In the boys game, it is Greenwood 49, Glasgow 34. That's at halftime. And another score in at halftime, Metcalfe County 28, Monroe County Falcons 25.
Both teams have a 3 and both teams have a 2. Only 2 field goals on either side of the score sheet here for the Trojans and the Spartans, but they're able to claw back into our lead because, as you mentioned, they're getting to the free throw line and they're shooting them pretty well. Only missed those, well, they missed 3, but.
And how long has Bandy and Niken been out?
Bandy went out within the
3
first
minutes.
Bandy went out, I think, within the first 30 seconds.
Shirley having trouble getting the ball in. Comes into Tay Pointer. He's in a trap. Bounces back to Shirley. Gives to Griggs. They break the pressure. He pulls up free throw line. Shot rims. No good. Rebound pulled down by Hill for South Warren.
Not a bad shot on a 2-on-2 break.
Stovall and a push off. And that'll be his first. Team 6th. So Barren not in the bonus yet with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Gavin Withrow checking back in the ball game. So Withrow, Shaw, Griggs, Pointer, and Shirley on the court for Coach Warren Cunningham. And Withrow gets the ball in play to Shirley, and he's fouled immediately by Stovall, his second. And that will put the Trojans in the bonus for the remainder of the game. At 2:59 left in the third quarter. So Ryan Shirley, 6'1" sophomore, scored 4 points in the win over Greene County on Tuesday night. Played several minutes tonight. Free throw is in the air. It's no good. Shaw gets the rebound, though. Gives to Withrow, long range left. Back to Shaw, back to Withrow. Out in front of the Barren County bench. He'll bring it back out front. 2:53 to play. Third quarter. Barren with a 1-point lead. 41-40. Withrow feeds it off to Griggs. Now Griggs wants to drive with it. Spin move. Goes up in traffic. Can't get it to go.
Just can't get shots to go down.
Hill got the rebound for South Warren. Jones with it in front court. Now Jones here on the near side out front. Goes right side with it over to Hill. Hill looking down low. Now back out it comes to Putman. Putman turns and throws up the shot. It's short. Flipped off comes to Shirley. He needs some help in the backcourt. Gives it to Griggs. In the middle goes to Withrow. With 2:10 to go in the third quarter. Withrow working around to the right side. He's cut off. Bounce past Griggs. Trying to go baseline against Hill. He's cut off. Back in the corner to Pointer. He'll throw it back out front to Withrow with 2 minutes to play in the third. And now Withrow. Bounce pass right side. Griggs. He traveled.
Just forgot to put the ball down on the ground as he turned and faced.
Tyler Bush checking back in the Trojan lineup.
Trying to keep
Cody Lane also.
We're trying to keep Niken and Bandy on the bench probably for the duration of this third period. We've been able to hold the lead, but just barely. South Warren up or down 1 to get the chance to take it away from us here.
Jones with the basketball out front of the right side of the dribble. Bounces off right to Neal, who's back in the game against Cody Lane. Give it on a high post right over there to Hill. And here comes Carver. And we're going to have a foul.
Not much.
2 Trojans go down, Pointer and Lane. We'll call the foul on Pointer, his second. Number 2 on the Trojans. We'll put Carver at the free throw line for 1 at a bonus. He is 3 out of 5 from the charity stripe. He puts this one up and in for his 10th point. And that ties it up at 41. This one's good, and South Warren has taken the lead 42-41 with 1:31 left to play here in the third quarter. Inbounds pass comes to Pointer. Pointer's going to bring it up here on the near side. He'll give it up to Withrow. Withrow guarded by Hill. Now goes back to Pointer on the left wing. He wants to drive, goes into the lane. A lot of traffic. Makes a nice move, but can't get the shot to go. Cody Lane back to Pointer. Baseline, no. And we're going to have a foul. Somebody over the back of Tyler Bush.
2-point blank looks for Tay. Just got to get the lid off the bucket right now. Just 1-2 the whole quarter.
That was on Neal, his first, number 8 on the Spartans here in the second half. 1-1 for Tyler Bush. Shot is in the air, it's too strong.
Not helping herself with the free throw line.
42-41 South Warren, 1 minute to play here in the third quarter. Jones with the basketball, gives it over to Hill to the right side. Hill looking, now gives it in there to... Oh, that was Neal. He may have got away with a walk. Here's a shot, off-balance shot, no good. Follow it, no. Oh, late whistle.
Our rebounding is killing us right now. They are getting 2 and 3 looks at an every trip, and this time the offensive rebound sends them to the free throw line to add to their lead now.
They're going to be in a double bonus the rest of the game. Free throw, no good for Neal. 42-41 Spartans with 44.5 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
It's been a 30-minute quarter, and we still got 45 seconds left.
The second shot on the way, and he missed it. Rebound to Bush. He hands it off to Shaw. 38 seconds to play in the third. Withrow against Hill. Wants to drive. He'll throw it up on the runner. No good. Rebound to Hill. A foul on Cody Lane.
Need 1 shot in that situation. 1 shot. Instead, we drive at 30 left on the clock, foul them, and put them back on the line. A chance to extend the lead. We've got to play smart.
2 shots for Jonathan Hill. First of 2 on the way, no good. They missed a bunch here late in the third quarter. 9 of 15 in the third quarter for South Warren. And Alex Ortez, 5'9" junior, is checked into the South Warren lineup. Hill back of the line, second shot on the way, he got that one. 2-point Spartan lead, 43-41. 28 seconds to play in the third quarter. Shaw with the basketball for the Trojans. Works against Ortez. Goes right side, knocked away. It's going to be taken. It's Hill all the way to the bucket. He jams it.
Weak pass, able to shoot the gap.
45-41 South Warren. 10 seconds to go in the third. Riggs gives it out to Shaw. Shaw driving in traffic. And a collision. And we're going to have a blocking foul on Putman. His first, team's ninth.
To be honest with you, real lucky there.
Yeah,
real lucky.
He drove into four players there.
That's right.
It was like a bunch of bowling pins standing up.
And the quarter has not been very good. We forced a couple of situations, and really, to be honest with you, don't go in that first situation.
Yep, puts it up and in.
None of this happens, right? You get a last shot, but here we are.
45-42 with 2.7. And this one goes up, and it's in and out. Rebound to Carver. Desperation shot. Hits the top of the backboard. And that's the end of the third quarter. After three, it is South Warren 45, Barren County 42. We'll be back to the fourth and final quarter after this break. This is Trojan basketball on 103.7 Nash Icon. And final quarter as the Trojans got outscored 17-9 in the third period by the South Warren Spartans. Of course, Will Bandy and Aiden Eichen spent most of the third quarter on the bench in foul trouble. This fourth quarter, sponsored by South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help.
Part of the reason we were outscored by that margin, 2 of 14 shooting in the quarter.
Can't keep that up.
Just 14%. Thankfully, South Warren didn't shoot very much better. Just 3 of 13 overall for 23%, but their free throws is what really made a difference.
And Mitchell's not been in the game for a while either for South Warren. Here's Carver driving to the bucket. He'll low it up. No, blocking foul.
A little too late, I think, rotating in. He kind of went up under him, and that's why it's a block, not a charge. And we'll put him at the line, Carver at the line for 2.
And Carver with 11 points tonight. He is 5 of 7 from the charity stripe. First free throw good for Carver. 46-42. Second shot by Carver. He drilled it. And now it's a 5-point South Warren lead. Could be their largest.
It is.
7:40 remaining. Withrow with the basketball. And ball's kicked. The Barren County's ball here on the side. Shaw will toss it in. Trying to find somebody to get open. Throws it in there to Eichen in a crowd. It goes underneath the bandy, skipped off his hands and out of bounds.
A little too hard. We didn't have his hands up ready for it. They took the lead at 41-40. We've only scored 1 point since then, so it's a 7-1 run. That doesn't seem like a whole lot, but it's still able to inch that lead up little by little.
They only had 2 field goals in the third quarter. One of those by Will Bandy and the other by Mason Griggs. Here's Jones with it. Out of the left side of the floor. Jones still on the dribble, throws it out front to Veldkamp. Now, pass almost picked up by Withrow. Weaving through traffic and underneath, shot goes up, no good. Rebound put back up, no good for Hill. Veldkamp puts it in and gets fouled.
3 shots at it, and on the third one, you got an and one opportunity. That's just unexcusable, and it seems like it's been an extension of that. The whole second half, our rebounding is just not there.
Third foul on Bush. And the free throw good for Veldkamp. Plays a three-point play. Now the lead is 8 for South Warren, 50-42. Withrow looking, gets rid of it over to Shaw on the right side. Shaw in trouble, needs help, covered up, gets rid of it back out to Withrow. Withrow pulls up, free throw line. His jumper rims, no good. Hung up there and went off. Bandy trying to put it back up. He got it in a foul. Tough shot underneath the basket. Foul on 21. That's Veldkamp, his 4.
Finally answer the South Warren stretch here.
And Will Bandy with his 12th point of the night. Puts this one in the air. It's good. 50-45. 6:35 left to go in the ball game.
To put together a stretch of stops that culminate with us getting some boards.
Mitchell brings it across the line for South Warren. Leaves it out there with Jones. Reverses back to the right, then back left. He'll give it in there to Carver. 15-footer right side off the back iron. Cleared out by Niken. Niken sprinting down the floor. In traffic, goes underneath and flips it up and in.
That's one way to get the board and go coast to coast. Got it back to 3.
First 2 since the second quarter. And then Carver on the other end puts it in.
Left in one-on-one isolation.
Barren had it cut to 3 there. Now it's back up to 5 at 52-47. Here's Shaw. Bounce pass across in the corner. Bandy fires and hits. Long 2-pointer for Will Bandy. 52-49. Carver. Shot blocked. Bush got a hand on it. Shaw. Lead pass up to Bandy. Drives. Throws it up. Goal.
Great hesitation that time by Bandy. Knew the smaller defender was on him. Made the contact. He actually initiated the contact and was able to control his body up for an opportunity here to tie the game back up.
Yeah, 4th foul on Caleb Mitchell. Bandy with a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Back-to-back 3-point plays, hopefully. 52-51 with 5:38. Mitchell's going to check out with those 4 fouls. He's replaced by Jason Putman. Bandy in the air, got it. New ball game, 52 all. After it was down, 8?
Yes.
50-42. Going on a 10-2 run. Jones, bounce pass, Putman puts it in.
Everybody else fell asleep watching Gavin defend.
54-52, inbounds pass comes to Withrow. He heads up court with it on the right side. Gets around his defender. Now stops and looks, fires it down to Bandy, reverses it in.
Excellent look. Bandy aware where the opening was.
There's a collision. Oh, blocking foul on Bandy. That's going to be his 4th.
Yeah, be his 4th. And Warren has a decision, 5 minutes to go. Bandy's playing awfully well, and the Trojans playing awfully well with him in the game, but we're going to have to go back to Ryan Shirley for at least a minute or 2.
Bandy has scored 10 of Barren County's 12 points in this 4th quarter. At the line is Stovall. He's 2 for 2 at the stripe. As both teams in the double bonus for the remainder of the night. Stovall, first of 2, good. Boy, they've shot a bunch here in the second half. 20 free throws in the second half. And he hits them both. 56-54 South Warren. Oh, Bush wasn't looking for it, but he turned and got it just in time. Took it to the basket, gets the shot blocked on him, and out of bounds. That was almost a turnover. Shaw will toss it in the left corner. Needs help. Gets it out to Bush. Hands it back. Oh, Withrow almost lost it. Bush has got it back. He'll give it to Niken. Niken, right elbow, jumper. Got it!
That's a tie game. We're trading buckets and trading free throws right now.
4:45 to play. Tied at 56. Right side, Jones takes it halfway to the corner. Throws it back out. Carver almost lost the handle. Have to retrieve it right before it went across the midcourt line. Stow ball, left side to Putman. Dumps it back down low, and there to Carver. Hook shot, good.
You got to cut him off. Instead, we trailed the cut and gave him a good opportunity to catch and score.
17 now for Carver, 10 of the second half. South Warren goes back up 58-56. And Shaw gives it back out to Withrow. Getting some pressure from Putman, trying to leave his defender. Pulls up 15 foot in the air. Got it! Withrow with his second field goal tonight. The first 2 points since the second quarter.
Tough shot by Gavin over top of Carver there. Challenge with a hand in his face. Timeout will take a full one here.
And it's 58-58 with 4:06 to go. So we'll take a People's Bank timeout. Don't forget, tomorrow night, the Trojanettes will be in action at Bowling Green against the Lady Purples. 7 o'clock tip-off. Maybe a little later than that because there's 4 games before that. We'll be on the air on our sister station, 104.7 The Score, and at 104thescore.com. Of course, Glasgow Christmas Parade tomorrow night, and that'll be aired here on Nash Icon. But 5 games tomorrow, 15th versus 14th challenge at Bowling Green High, 11 o'clock in the morning. Greenwood takes on Allen County, Scottsville. 1 o'clock, Warren Central and Russell County out of District 16. 3 o'clock game has Warren East against Monroe County. 5 o'clock, South Warren against Glasgow. And then the marquee game, the Trojanettes and the Lady Purples at 7 o'clock. And again, the game will be moved over to 104 The Score. That's at 104.7 FM. 4:06 to play. 58-58. And it is Jones with the basketball out front. He goes off left, hands it off to Putman. Putman up to Carver. Carver up between the circles. Picks up his dribble, goes left side over to Jones. Now Jones looking. Back out to Putman. Swings on the right side now to Carver. Trying to get around Bush. He'll throw up the floater. No. Follow up. Good for Hill.
All of our attention went to Carver and nobody on the weak side.
60-58. 2-point lead for South Warren. 3.5 minutes to go. And Shaw in trouble. Needs help. Throws it off to Withrow. Now Withrow. Bounce pass the right elbow to Niken. And Niken had it smacked out of his hands, loose on the floor, still loose. And they throw it up, but it'll get turned over by Barren. Stow ball going to the bucket, and he lays it in. That's a big turnover right there.
Yeah, just inexcusable. You know what kind of set you're running, and they just held the ball out and let them smack it away from us.
The full timeout by South Warren with 3:06 to play. And the Spartans with a 62-58 lead over the Trojans. Don't forget, Tuesday night, a week from Tuesday, the Trojans and Trojanettes will host Caverna. The games will be played at Park City Elementary. It's part of a throwback heritage game. Should be a great atmosphere for it. Special event, girls game at 6, followed by the boys. Admission $5 for school age and up. Barren County season basketball passes will be honored. However, seating capacity is only about 1,200, so it'll be a first-come, first-served basis as far as getting in the gym. And if it gets to capacity, no one else will be allowed to get in. Of course, we'll be broadcasting the games on 103.7 Nash Icon and on the new 104thescore.com. A check on the Coca-Cola scoreboard has Greenwood leading Glasgow after 3, 63-45.
If you put if this crowd shows up at Park City, there will be several that don't get in.
You're right. Yes. I was just trying to figure out a place to broadcast from. It won't be down on the floor, that's for sure. or the stage.
They don't have an old crow's nest like some of the elementaries used to.
No, we're high up in the bleachers, about as high up as you can go next to the storage room. Shaw with it for Barren. Gets with the basketball to Withrow here on the near side against Carver. And here's Bandy, jumper, 10-footer, bounces in. Carver, I don't know if he got an elbow or what.
I think he stuck his nose in there as Gavin was clearing out, and that's a perfectly legal move as long as he's able to have space to do it.
Got it in the wrong place.
Bandy 5 of 5 this half.
62-60. Here's a pass down the hill on the baseline against Bandy. Bandy, you have to be careful not pick up that fifth. And I believe Hill dropped it on the end line. Trojans will get it back with 2:38 to play. 62-60 South Warren. Jones comes in to replace Stovall for South Warren. As the inbound comes up to Shaw. Shaw now working against Mitchell. Bounce pass left to Withrow. Gets a screen. Drives. In traffic. Goes to the bucket. Puts it up. He missed it. Ball's tapped out long into the bench of the Trojans, and it'll be South Warren's ball. Had a chance to tie it there.
Yeah, got a pick and roll there, but Bandy's 5 of 5. He was wide open on the pick and pop, and we didn't get in the ball.
There's Mitchell. Floating it over to Jones. Jones back over to Mitchell. Down in the corner. Carver goes baseline. Goes in for the shot, and he hit it. Well, they call it a charging foul.
No, it's a block. I mean, it's
block on Niken.
The correct call. The correct call. You can't take a charge after the ball goes through the rim. We've got to be smarter basketball players than we've been through stretches tonight.
4 on Aiden Niken, and Carver now with his 19th point. 12 of those here in the second half. He's hit his last 5 free throws and make it 6 in a row now. He's got 20. 65-60 South Warren. 2-possession game. 2:10 to go. And it's Shaw with the basketball. Bounces off left to Withrow. Withrow straight away over to Shaw. Over to Niken on the right side. Gets a screen there from Bush. Pulls up with a jumper. 15. No good. Rebound of Elkamp. Outlet pass over the left side. It comes to Jones. Now Jones will bring it out. He'll send it off to Mitchell. Mitchell in the middle now to Hill. Shovel pass back to Jones. Goes for a wide open layup. Puts it in.
Tried to change defense in midstream there. Guys got a little confused and led to a wide open layup and back to close to, if not, South's largest lead.
Is that a 30 or a 4?
It will be a 30.
30-second timeout. Well, the Trojans will be off until next Friday. And that'll be a district doubleheader with Monroe County. And then Saturday night of the 14th, a week from tomorrow night, the Trojans will host, and Trojanettes will host the Hoops Classic. I thought I had that information here in front of me, but I can't seem to find it. But anyway, there will be, I think, 5 games that day, at least 4. And I think we're the only girls' game. Trojanettes will play Hopkinsville, and the Trojans will play, Trojanettes will play Elizabethtown, and the Trojans will play Hopkinsville. That's on the 14th. A lot of ball games between here and there, but we don't have a Tuesday night game coming up. The Trojanettes in action tomorrow on Bowling Green, 7 o'clock. Withrow works against Carver. Minute 35. Trojans got some catching up to do. Here's Shaw scoring on the right side. Needed that bucket with a minute 27 to play. 14 for Shaw. 67-62 South Warren. Jones driving. Oh, slicing and dicing. I don't know how that's not a walk, but apparently it's not in basketball anymore.
2 layups on back-to-back possessions. Our defense is completely broken down.
69-62. In the corner is Bush out to Niken for a 3. The rim's no good. Bandy trying to get the rebound. And they're going to say it's out of bounds off South Warren. With exactly 1 minute to play. Shaw lobs it into Niken. It's tipped away and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Trojans underneath. Took 0.5 of a second off. It's a 3-possession game. The Trojans are down by 7. Bandy Gets it out to Withrow. Withrow bounce past Bandy. Now Bandy working it up for a 10-footer that's short. Niken turns and puts it back up. It's too strong. And Veldkamp with a basketball and a rebound with 45 seconds. Jones down the middle of the lane. Out of control. Crashed into two Trojans. And if that's not a charge, I don't know what it is.
It's a double charge. And they gave the foul there to Jones. Gave us really a break. We were trying to foul, but turned it over. 41 seconds. We got to get some buckets. We just have not shot well enough to win the basketball game, to be honest with you, in the second half.
.6 to go. 69-62. Niken will toss it in. As Withrow will pick it up. There goes Carver. Yep, can't take any time here. Dump it into Niken. High post right. That ball skips off Withrow and out of bounds. 31.5 seconds to play. Carver gets the ball in play. Veldkamp takes off, holds it up, and a foul on Withrow. He had a foul earlier and they wouldn't call it. 25.6 puts Veldkamp at the line where he's 3 for 3. And the first one's good. Well, I'll tell you. We had 16 of 22 against Allen County Scottsville, and tonight we'd have to figure it out. They were 10 of 12 the first half, and they have canned a bushel in the second half. 71-62, South Warren. And here's Withrow. Lobs it to Bandy underneath, trying to muscle it up, reverse, and he put it in. Bandy with 14 points here in the final quarter, 24 for the ball game. He has scored 14 of the 22 points here in the last quarter.
Just quick count. I've got him 17 of 24 in the second half.
71-64, South Warren, 15 seconds to play as we have a timeout. You're listening to 103.7 Nash Icon, WHHT FM, Cave City, Glasgow, and online at the new 104thescore.com. End of the third quarter score on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. It's Metcalfe County Hornets 41, Monroe County 39. 5, 8, 12, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24 free throws shot by South Warren in the second half. And they have hit, I believe, 19 of those. As Jones looks to inbounds, gets it into Carver. Foul on Shaw. Stops the clock at 13.6. It's 3 on Jacob Shaw.
They've outscored us 43-31 here in the second half. Part of that obviously due to those 17 free throws they've been able to hit compared to 4, 6. Is that right? 6 for us?
Free throw good for Carver. 21 points for Carver on the night. 72-64 Spartans. And that one's good too. 73-64. 13.6. Inbounds comes to Shaw. Pulls up, shoots a three-pointer. It's no good. Carver with a rebound. Carver will take it down the left side. And that'll do it. South Warren will win it 73-64 over Barren County tonight. South Warren goes to 2-0 on the season. Barren County evens the record at 1-1. Well, the post-game report brought to you by CPC Commodities. Proven on our farm, made for yours. After this break, as you're following Barren County basketball on 103.7 Nash Icon.